I'll intro us, then I'll start us with a little DD
Do it, baby.
convo piece, then we'll go right into the book. And then afterwards we will discuss.
Yes.
All right.
I love it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There's no escape from the back and forth.
It's Nick Cage ASMR.
Yes. All right. I like it. Check it out. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, because you know you got me by string, baby. Welcome to Secret Identity, True Believers, where we discuss comic books like Matt Murdock bowls well. I'm your host, Troy Bond, with my partner in crime, the Murdoch to this Nelson Murdoch and Page, Mr. Brent Birnbaum.
Where am I? Where am I?
Right here, Brent. Follow my voice.
I can sense you guys with my eyes.
That radioactive isotope sure took rid of my sight, but it also heightened my erections. And with us, and she now has a lawsuit against Foggy Nelson and Page Nelson and Murdoch. Miss Karen Page Slater Harrison.
Hey, what's up?
Who just auditioned for her 90s shock jock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, taken right from the comic book.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
My favorite Karen Page one. Today we are talking Daredevil Yellow by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Written by Jeff Loeb. Written by Jeff Loeb. Art by Tim Sale. If those names sound familiar, it's because we recently just did a book by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, Spider-Man Blue, followed by Batman Sock Pink. That's a little prolapse Danish joke. But you recommended this to us through the grapevine, or you heard it through the grapevine, because you read Spider-Man Blue, and I know how much you love Spider-Man, and you were like, these guys wrote another one. Did they just do like a whole Infinity Gems color series?
Essentially, yeah. So, because Loeb and Sale were obviously on the radar because they did Long Halloween, and we both said that's our favorite Batman book. And so a lot of the true believers were saying, hey, read the Marvel Color series. So we read Spidey Blue. It was outstanding. And so I was like, oh, what would be next? How about Daredevil Yellow? And then I think they also did Hulk Gray. So I think it's all about these major characters during their early years.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out, like, timeline-wise, because it was weird seeing, like, Daredevil talk about Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, and then, like, calling them superheroes, and I'm like, well, where does Matt Murdock fit into this timeline? So he's talking about his early days.
Yeah!
And did Daredevil come about years after Spider-Man? Because I always looked at Spider-Man as being much younger than Matt Murdock.
Peter is younger. So Matt started when he was in law school, where Peter started when he was in high school. So Peter is definitely younger, but chronologically, Fantastic Four were first, and they came out, they were published in like 61, 61 steps. Then Spidey started coming out in 62, and then Daredevil was published in 64, in response to the Kennedy assassination.
Right, yeah, in case it wasn't littered with the Irish Catholic liquidities all over the place.
Well, it's interesting also because if you look at Matt Murdock in early books by like Stan Lee and Bill Everett, he looks just like JFK, and it was only until Frank Miller took over the book that he started to look a lot more like Robert Redford.
Oh.
Was that intentional? Was Miller like looking at Robert Redford and going, that's who I'm thinking of when I'm drawing Daredevil? Because we all know, as granted by the backdrop behind you, Alex Ross uses his own face for every single character he draws. There's always like a model that you try to
I think
even Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Even Wonder Woman has the same face that Superman and Batman do.
I think Miller used his own face, and they're like, we can't have this. This looks like an angry scrotum.
I picture him to just be like Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny, but wearing a Daredevil costume. Like, what do you mean? So anyway, I started blasting him with a stick.
That's exactly what it would be like.
Miller, what's your thoughts on Miller before we get into the book?
As a person?
As an artist.
As an artist, outstanding. Yeah, I mean,
because there's a lot of negative regards toward Frank Miller. Like they're telling him put down the pencil because he's still drawing and he's still making a lot of art. And there's an argument to be made. It's great. There's an argument to be made. It's art.
Look, I mean, I don't think Francis Ford Coppola has made a good movie since 1979.
And it never comes up.
Yeah, but he still made The Godfather,
and Godfather 2 and 3.
And 3, yeah.
3 the greatest movies of all time. You're right.
He wrote Apocalypse Now. He directed Apocalypse Now. Wrote the script for Patton. So like, even though he hasn't done anything of value really in 45 years,
Megalopolis.
Megalopolis, The Outsiders, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Wait, he did the 80s Outsiders?
He did the 80s Outsiders.
That's a good movie.
It's a fine movie.
That is a good movie.
It's a
you know what? You're right.
movie.
It's a fine movie overshadowed by an incredible book.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
the book was
yes,
good.
absolutely.
Unlike
have to-
Holes, where Holes is a great book and great movie, I
Oh,
feel like.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and a great lead actor.
Did you have to
No
read
problem.
The Outsiders in high school?
Yeah, I read it in middle school.
Or middle school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like 7th grade.
I read it the year
I was like,
Patrick
this is-
Swayze died, and my teacher like was playing the
Oh,
movie
really?
every day, and she was like, "I miss him so much."
I was like, this
We
is
all do.
pretty like hardcore for
It's rough.
like,
It is, yeah.
10-year-old, 11.
Do it for Johnny.
Do it for Johnny. Did you guys ever read
For
Maniac
Johnny.
McGee?
No.
That's a really great one. It's about like some vagrant
What
kid.
school did you go to?
I went to Tracy Morgan School for Special Reading. Maniac McGee ate butterscotch crumpets. The true believers will know Maniac McGee.
I'm sure
The
they
Center of
will.
Arts.
The Center of Arts. It's as
for
big
kids
as your
who-
mama. You gotta walk around 3 times to graduate.
The name sounds familiar. Like,
Yeah, I forget any of the specifics or the details, but it felt like Diet Catcher in the Rye when I'd read it.
I hated Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, you know who didn't? William David Chapman.
Mark David Chapman.
Wow.
William David Chapman really didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I actually
That was
hate
his
that I
He
know.
stayed home and read
I
it.
hate that I know his name because his whole thing is he wanted to always be associated with John.
Or was
John
he a
Lennon.
CIA op that was trained at a CIA camp for many years and groomed by a CIA officer who went to... There's a whole... Don't get me started on
Yeah,
this.
I don't want to.
I'll talk to you guys off air about this because I'm right.
Open your third eye.
No, I mean, it's... don't get me started. So anyway, he was a CIA officer groomed. I'm just thinking back to when we were doing Thanos and I kept riffing and you were like, I didn't have it in the book!
What was that? I missed it in the pages.
This is your 3rd incarnation of Daredevil and something you've read on the show. So we did Daredevil Born Again, we did Daredevil Born Again, and now we're doing
Born
Daredevil
Again.
Yellow.
Born twice. He came back. He
We did Daredevil
resurrected.
Born Again, and we did Daredevil Born Again, and then we did Daredevil Yellow
Well,
after he was born twice.
Yeah, we did.
I want to spill water on the microphone.
Oh, thank you. It would be shocking.
Literally, yeah, good one.
Nice.
Because we did the show. That's what you're
We
saying.
did the show, and then
Yeah.
we did the book Born Again.
Yeah.
And then we
That
did
was like-
Civil War, where there's Danny
we did
Grant as
Civil War.
Daredevil.
The best Daredevil incarnation you've ever gotten. I really like. What did you think about this in comparison to the show and to the book? Because you watched Daredevil Born Again,
The devil.
the Disney rebirth. This, do you feel like, and maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong here, Brent. I felt like you can plug and play this origin that he was kind of going through, minus the Karen Page that stuff with like Daredevil Born Again, Daredevil.
Yeah. Well,
Which day? Sorry, the Netflix Dare or the comic book?
The Disney Plus show.
Yes.
'Cause,
But
like,
sorry.
You could just pretend that these little things happened to him in the in-between time we didn't see him on screen.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it fit very seamlessly, minus the Foggy being in love with Karen stuff.
Yeah, that Foggy didn't really have a clue there, but yeah, there's a backstory here that I can give you guys, but first I don't want to talk over Slade here.
no, I mean, do the background.
Alright.
Maybe it'll. I don't even know what Troy asked anymore.
Did you feel like that this could have plugged and played into the Daredevil you saw on screen?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know Daredevil that much, and
Neither do I, other than every time I read him and there'll be a panel, I'm like, that's like Batman!
Yeah, I just remember like Ben Affleck. Really, that's my main
Yeah.
connection to Daredevil.
That's like
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, that's like Batman!
Yeah, so I just picture I morph Ben Affleck and Daredevil a lot. I'm like, where's
Yeah.
the Dunkin' Donuts?
I
you
think
know?
he does
Like,
too.
Yeah,
Let me beat up Bill Maher.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You're the foremost expert on Islam, Foggy?
Fuck you! I was in Argo. I put my name on Goodwill Hunting.
Oh my god. That only took $300,000 to make. Is that
Goodwill
crazy?
Hunting?
Yeah.
Wow, well, I wonder what the biggest cost was. Robin
Probably
Williams'
Robin
cocaine
Williams,
budget.
Yes.
Oh, there's no
Oh.
drugs for me to steal.
I'll
Wait,
take the screenplay.
I'll play this after they didn't give me the Riddler for the 4th time.
Oh, Mr. Happy.
Oh, what was the backstory you wanted to
So the backstory, yeah. So basically, there's obviously parallels to Spidey Blue in this story, in that he's writing this to Karen from Beyond the Grave. And so Karen died pretty recently. This was published in 2001. Karen died in the mid to late 90s in a story written by Kevin Smith that I've spoken about before, Guardian Devil, which is one of the more iconic Daredevil stories, where it's all about Daredevil going insane. He thinks there's an child's being born who's the Antichrist, and eventually Karen ends up being killed by Bullseye. And
this Daredevil has a blue check mark on Twitter.
Well, and then it turns out that it was all just Mysterio. I think I've mentioned that it was Mysterio fucking with him, and Mysterio just wanted to drive him insane before he died of cancer.
Right.
And Daredevil's like,
because cancer's not enough.
no, before Mysterio was dying of cancer, so that he wanted this to be.
Damn, dude, no mercy in these fucking guys.
Yeah, like Mysterio finds out that Ben Reilly was Spider-Man. He's like, I don't want to fucking kill Spider-Man if it's just a fucking clone. So he goes, let me go after Daredevil, and Daredevil's like, you're a fucking hack, man. He goes, Kingpin already tried to drive me insane.
You're a hack. Kingpin already tried this.
And Mysterio is a great line. He goes, you're right, I am. He goes, let me take something from Craven, and he shoots himself in the head.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kevin Smith knows his shit, but in that story, Bullseye kills Karen. That's why there's like a point in this story, Daredevil, when he goes, I fought many villains. Doomsday, Kingpin, Bullseye. He says Bullseye the second time.
Yeah, okay, so in this, that's how she died?
Yeah, remember in Daredevil Season 3 when Bullseye throws the baton and the priest gets in the way?
Yeah.
So everyone, myself included, that's how Karen dies in the comics. Everyone thought Karen was about to die.
When he was dressed up as Daredevil.
Yes.
When he went into the post and everything.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of the most brutal episodes of
So
TV ever,
brutal.
man.
Yeah.
Season 3 of Daredevil, I put right on par with Season 1. Season 2, I maybe tried
it's a little more.
half of once. Yeah. But, like, that was also... Season 2 was to set up the Defenders and Jessica Jones and, like, bring all this, like, Netflix world-encompassing Marvel villain. 1 and 3 were just perfect Daredevil stories. They were just... It was essentially the same story of, like, him trying to get Fisk and get his suit.
Yeah.
But I loved this because it right from where the story starts to where it ends, much like Spidey Blue, where you know all of his other rogues and everything, and other than the Owl, he doesn't really go up against any of his own rogues in this.
There's one that I had in Slater's chapter that I'm excited to talk about. Kilgrave.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Well, let's
the
just
electric guy?
No, that's Electro. Kilgrave's the purple guy.
Oh yeah, the purple man.
The purple man.
Yeah, I got stuff to say about that guy. Don't worry.
Well, then let's dive into it.
Let's dive in.
We're talking Daredevil Yellow. The framing device in this book is a letter written by Matt Murdock to an older Matt Murdock, just like Spider-Man Blue, to his fallen love interest, which in Spider-Man Blue was Gwen Stacy, and in this it's Karen Page, and he's talking directly to her while he's recounting his early days as Daredevil.
Is it me or do you feel a little... I love both of these, but I felt a little worse for Peter in Spidey Blue than I did for Matt. Maybe it's because I know all the shit that Karen pulled with him. It's just like, you got addicted to heroin and sold out a secret identity.
I kept thinking about the heroin thing when I was reading this. I was like, all right.
Gwen was just an innocent.
Gwen was just the closest thing Norman could grab that would fuck with Peter's life.
Somebody's going to point out that there's a storyline where Gwen actually fucked Norman and then they had kids. Stupid storyline, we're not acknowledging that.
There is a storyline where Norman gets the Infinity Gauntlet in a What If from like 90-something. It might have been later, but he gets the Infinity Gauntlet and he like creates his ideal father figure.
Really?
And like his father figure, instead of being like a abusive like piece of shit, like you see the father, his dad being like the Goblin, and so you see.
Wait, Norman gets it or Harry gets it?
Norman.
Norman
gets it and he uses the gauntlet to like bash to like rearrange his dad's brains and like make him a good dad. And
so Norman was abused? I didn't know.
Norman was abused in this iteration of whatever they did in the gauntlet. It was a What If book.
That sounds awesome. Though.
Yeah, and like he does two things. One, he makes Spider-Man relive the Gwen Stacy death till infinity, until he dies. And then the second thing he does is he makes his dad a supportive dad, and then when he hates his father, he just snaps everything out of existence. And it's really good.
I'm something of a god myself.
You know, I'm something of a shitty father myself. But like I would say I feel worse for Peter, but if it weren't for the fact that this book weren't included and you see everything that Matt had to go through from starting off, like I really love it. It didn't go into how he got his powers or anything in this, right?
No,
it's just like his dad and the fight and everything.
Yeah. I feel terrible about what happened to his dad, but I care a little less about the Karen.
I honestly feel worse for his dad than I do for Karen.
Yeah, I agree. they make his dad such a sympathetic
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was more a love letter to his dad than Karen.
I agree.
mean, it literally was to Karen, but he was talking about his father like 80% of the time.
I agree. I actually think this book would have been better if it was framed, and I still thought it was fantastic, but if it was framed as him writing to his dad and not to Karen.
Yeah.
I think the suit is the frame of that, with like it being, his dad's colors, the yellow and red. But I agree that it like the Karen letter is just a vessel for him to get all of his feelings out here, as evidenced by like the end where he's in the full red suit, and you find out he did that because that was Karen's favorite.
Right.
Well, he also even mentioned it like briefly, saying like I loved you both the same, like in different ways, but the same amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is. At the end, it's like catching up to where he's been writing this letter. What we see the Daredevil in him throughout this whole book is him in his bright yellow suit, emblematic of what the transition is that he's going to be going through, and also is the yellow. And I love the yellow suit. A lot of people were very upset with the yellow suit when She-Hulk came out, which I watched She-Hulk, by the way. Gotta say, I rewatched it. It's a great show. I think it's great. I know Brenda's going to have a lot of disagreements there, but I thought She-Hulk was great.
It was a wonderful show. I loved every aspect of my favorite part. My favorite part is when she started twerking with Megan the Stallion. I said, wow.
Sound like you don't get no hoes. Matt flashes back to...
It was a good show. It was quality stuff.
It was fine.
It was really well done.
It's like Book of Boba Fett, overhated.
It got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Not from the audience, it didn't.
Yeah. It was a
Who
bad
cares
show.
about our peers?
I just wanted to get your real reaction on this.
Terrible show. I hate shitting on comic book stuff, but it was corny.
We're gonna pull up the book here on the TV so we got it, because that's always, we have a good reaction. No, keep shitting on comic book stuff, by the way, too.
Yeah, that'll help our cause.
What happened?
Isn't that'll help our cause?
I know. Yeah.
You know what this is really about? How much we don't like comic books.
All right.
Oh wow, you pulled up this saddest freaking
I know, I didn't
panel.
mean to.
What the hell, dude?
I'm not walking back the She-Hulk thing, but I have said before, Tatiana Maslany is very good in that show. I think, I feel the same way about Oscar Isaac on Moon Knight. I don't think Moon Knight was a good show at all, but I don't think that's Oscar Isaac's fault. I think he gave a great performance.
I think it's Oscar Isaac's fault.
Yeah.
I think it's Ethan Hawke's fault for fucking the babysitter when he was married to Uma Thurman.
Is that who Maya's mom is?
No, Maya's mom is Uma.
Yeah, she looks like Uma.
Yeah, she does. She's dope too. What is she doing now, Maya?
Stranger Things.
I know, but like, is she doing anything else? I feel like I saw her coming out with something. I don't know.
Did you actually like She-Hulk, or are you trolling me?
No, I liked it. I liked She-Hulk.
Grunt is so...
He's allowed to like. No, you're definitely allowed to lie. I just didn't know if he was trolling me or not.
No, I liked it.
I
liked it.
Hell, I
enjoyed it.
Hell, I enjoyed it. Let me tell you something, man. There's She-Hulk there when Daredevil smashed her and he had to do the walk of shame back home. That was a good 5 seconds of fucking Marvel television. And here, we're 6 months off the Eternals.
I said that episode was great. I said that was my favorite episode of She-Hulk, the Daredevil episode. But the Abomination one...
Fuck's feet.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Fuck you.
Oh my god. Wait, so this they do, how many colors are there for like these comics?
I only know of 3. It might just be 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spidey Blue, Daredevil Yellow, and Hulk Gray.
Okay. That's like, was he like...
Hulk Gray, but only one Hulk is Jennifer.
So were they just going through a depressive time and like
9/11 specifically?
It was 2001.
It was this book.
Yeah.
I was very surprised by this because it came out right after 9/11 and like.
Did
Marvel,
you say Jeff Loeb lost his son too?
Yeah, and I don't. This probably was around that time actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, and also the 9/11 initiative. Not to be that guy, but like when comics continued after 9/11, they were very much like heroes and villains teaming up to stop the terrorists, and I was always like, that's bullshit. Because the villains would be like, hell yeah.
My heartache.
Yeah, and
let's talk about that.
That's why I thought this was like such a very... I respect this book a lot for having its own agenda and being a self-contained story that also bleeds into the mythos of the Daredevil 1 to however many this led up to then after issue 6, whatever the Daredevil number got up to, leading up to Secret Wars. But like, I just love the I don't know if I love the story or I love the art.
Or both. I mean, I actually.
It's very vintage.
Yeah,
I think these two together might be. It might be my second favorite writer and artist combo after only Bendis and Bagley with Ultimate Spider-Man. Like,
wow.
I mean, I think they are so
That's high
insane.
praise.
I mean, they're out. Think about like Long Halloween, like and Spidey Blue. I mean, and this. I mean, this is just masterpiece after masterpiece.
Generational defining comic genres.
Absolutely.
Quick question, did they make him...
Quick answer. No.
No.
You're always quick with it, Brent, so I hear.
I go fast.
If you ain't first, you're last, Brent. You serve the community today. I can't shit on you.
Court ordered.
Did they make...
Because he was first.
Brent's a felon. He's a felon.
The felony convention.
He's going to Alligator Alcatraz.
They said no one. What'd you say?
It says you're going to Alligator Alcatraz, but I did it in a voice that's supposed to be.
It's like a thing on online.
Oh yeah, I'm
Alligator
unplugged.
Alcatraz. You don't know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll take you there. We'll take a pic. Did they make Daredevil yellow for this specific issue, or was he yellow like back in the day?
He was
He was
originally
originally yellow,
Okay.
right? Because
So
it was
did
his
they
dad's
pick-
colors.
I don't know if that might be true. He definitely was originally yellow. I don't know if that was retroactively made to be his dad's colors, or if it was just like they were like, all right, this color scheme is stupid. Let's change it to red. Like I don't know if you true believers comment in the comments what it actually is, but I love
it
them.
clashes a little with Iron Fist, so maybe that's why they made him red.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, I think Karen's point was pretty solid too.
Devils are red.
Yeah, devils are red, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask?
Well, if so, this was already, he was yellow in previous things, and then they just took that detail and made it Daredevil yellow for this, and then like I'm just trying to get the like why it's also cohesive with the color scheme, but maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Like Spider-Man blue, there's a blue, like Spider-Man fit.
Well, I think
You know, like,
Daredevil
did they just-
yellow would be the thing, like the blue fit. Also, like I thought blue, like he's sad because he lost Gwen.
Right.
Yellow,
Fear.
Yellow's fear, and it's his dad's colors.
Oh, okay,
Like
yeah.
he's afraid of
And you're
losing
the
Karen
man-
about
you're the
losing,
man-
yeah.
you're
Right,
the man
and
without
Hulk-
fear is like the main thing in this.
Yeah.
Keep saying.
Hulk, and
Okay.
Hulk was originally gray, and so yeah.
Right.
Oh, he was?
Mhm.
Wow.
When he
look at
first.
that.
Oh no, that was Wolverine's first appearance when he fought.
That's
Hulk. I didn't know he was gray.
Yeah, and the
So
original,
weird.
the original Hulk run.
Wow, they just got Roy G. Biv in this bitch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, that was my question.
Others Batman suck.
I reside. And Batman's always black.
And Kryptonite green. Chris, you're in the mafia.
Chris,
What color are you?
Superman, you're in ice.
What's your color? Let's see what's good.
Fucking Dean Cain.
Oh,
Really
that was
like
that was really funny. Superman, you're in ice. Love this establishing. Oh, were you gonna ask what our colors would be?
Yeah, yours would be a rainbow. For no
Okay.
particular
My favorite color is green.
Yeah. My favorite color is green. That was so unprompted.
What would yours be?
Well, you said what our colors would be.
I know, but
How
what
is
do you-
that?
What's the problem?
How is that unprompted at all?
Well, because there was a pause and then a fucking bird walk over here
Yeah.
and then the rainbow shit.
What?
And my brain went elsewhere.
What's your favorite color? I think it's green.
That was unprompted.
What an idiot!
Shut the fuck up!
Idiots!
Dumb.
What a
When I want your
stupid
opinion, I'll
moron.
give it to you, boy.
There was something in between. Run it back, bitch.
What would your color be?
I don't. Well, because you know how people are like, oh,
Where did that come from? What a stupid question, Troy!
That was Gilbert Gottfried.
Where did that come from? What a stupid question we're asking. My favorite
What?
color is loneliness.
Hakuna Matata. Let's all learn something from that. Let's calm. Let's calm.
Mine would be red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you're the devil.
I guess so.
I can see that. I think that green would be good for you. I was just thinking, people are always like, oh my god, that's so your color. Like what your palette is.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I wear a lot of black because I sweat a lot.
Oh, okay. So you're black, you're red. I think I'd be yellow.
Can't spell B-O without Bond.
Can't spell bomb without B-O.
That's what I meant to
Someone
say.
else will say that. Woo! Alright. You like this first panel? But wait.
Yeah, I do. I love the Daredevil is a bit of an acrobatic.
Mhm.
You know, like he
Based on all the flips and stuff.
Yeah, but like you never really get to see acrobatics done really well in comics. That's why they initially had capes in comic books to show movement of characters when they're swinging around buildings and everything. And I really just love this is absolutely reminds me a lot of Sin City.
Mm-hmm.
This,
not
Frank Miller, but yeah, the black, white, and the red, and
oh yeah, that panel too, right there.
Yeah, this is very Dark Knight. But also, like, this is Tim Sale drawing some of the best Batman ever, and then coming over and doing Marvel and doing. I can't think of like a better character for him to do after Spider-Man than to do Daredevil, because like Spider-Man's very like. He is a bright character, but he has the darkest days than most superheroes. And then you have Daredevil, who never has a good day. And pre-MCU, I would say Daredevil was one of, if not the most fleshed out character in a comic that we got before Iron Man, before we got Cap, before we got, other than Spidey, obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, Daredevil's my top 5 characters, and it's an interesting kind of analogy you made with Tim Sale coming over and doing Batman and Daredevil. It's very Frank Miller-esque. Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli doing Batman Year One and Daredevil Born Again almost simultaneously.
And going back to do Dark Knight Returns.
Exactly.
And then they're just sort of like...
Just going back and forth, yeah, exactly.
That's the dream, man. Yeah. To just be so regarded in your knowledge of game, to be like, man, put this dude in.
And no one was like, oh man, Frank Miller's derivative. They're like, no, Frank Miller's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and also, like, there's also something to be said for creators who not only know ball, but love ball.
Yeah, for sure.
These guys love ball. They love their knowledge of the game.
I think that's why the Guardian Devil book was so iconic, because Kevin Smith, I mean, who knows more ball than him?
And who's known for knowing more
exactly.
than Kevin Smith.
This knowing ball thing is just sounding really funny to me.
Yeah. Do you know ball? Do you know ball, Brian?
I gotta make my nut.
Slater held her own with the Godfather of comic book podcasting. You held your own with Sal.
Me and Sal, we go way back now.
Like spinal cords and car seats.
Yeah, exactly like that. We are simpatico.
So when Matt's writing this letter to Karen, he's doing what Matt does. This is Matt in current times at the beginning. It's him as current Daredevil running through the gym, talking about just talking about keeping up crime free.
He's a big reminiscer.
Sounds like what?
Daredevil's a big reminiscer.
Talking aftershave. Talking about, sucking it up. I'ma have your goddamn neck out. Say something to Foggy. Just say a little thing to Foggy.
Spray a little Old Spice.
I forget that Foggy is like a whole fleshed out character because my brain's been so Netflix and Disney Plus.
I like him even better on the Netflix shows, actually. Like in this one,
he's kind of like a sit in the chair and watch.
Yeah, he's kind of a doofus in this. He's like, I'm gonna propose to Karen. You go, really? She's shown no interest in you whatsoever. Like,
yeah.
Well, you see why, or even right here.
Yeah, Ozzy.
This whole thing with Marty, he's a man without fear. He's got no fear. He's got no fear. So I walked the other day.
He's got no fear.
He's got no fear. He's got no corneas either. I'm going off the rails on the one-line train.
They don't like Batman, Ozzy.
Nice.
He's gonna bite his head
They
right
put the
off.
head right off. Don't leave Batman hanging. After the flashback, the first color that we see in the flashback other than red is yellow. Right in the background here, where it's him in the apartment talking about the fight that's about to happen. And in the fight, when it flashes back, and the one thing that Matt says that sort of sets the stage for the whole book is he goes, I'm not sure why I'm writing this book to you. Maybe it'll help me come out with my feelings more. Maybe if I write this down, I'll tell you how I actually feel. And maybe you can help me again find the man without fear. He says, wearing the suit that Karen had sort of influenced him into being. And in order to find the man without fear, you got to find where the man without fear came from. Flashback into his past. We get Foggy. We get, what's his dad's name? I know.
Battling Jack.
Battling Jack Murdoch is reading the paper. Foggy is I love that Matt's typing on the typewriter. I guess this thing had Braille.
Also, Matt's so not really blind.
Matt Stevie Wonder, both faking it.
Yeah, Matt's blind, but Matt really can see. Like, he's got a radar.
Blind.
Take offense to a deaf joke.
Oh my God, that's great. The Helen Keller thing was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite part.
That
so
was
happy
awesome.
that was in my
really
issue.
Good. Yeah.
Also on a keyboard, there are like certain like bumps
I was
on
gonna
it
ask about
that you
that.
can.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, just for
So maybe he could have one hand is gripping, the other is steering.
The other one's choking the chicken.
He's always driving stick.
You go, Matt, I know you're blind, but you can't just jerk off with me in the room.
I know you can't see it, but the rest of us can.
I didn't know you were in here. You're gonna blind me with that jizz.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope my dad wins tonight.
They say jerking off makes you go blind. I'm over here, man. So he's studying for his exams. He's going into law school at the same time. You just got that one. At the same time, Matt's talking about this thing going on with his dad and his new manager, Sweeney, this new boxing manager that
Great
he has.
jeans.
Yeah, some of the best jeans. And Kid Murdoch is what they call battling Jack Murdoch. Matt Murdoch's dad hates that Montclair, but
He does not look 40 here.
yeah. What would you say he looks?
I would say, like,
This is a Babe Ruth for you.
This is one knock on Tim Sale, is that, like, he makes a lot of characters look a lot older than they are.
Oh, are they older, or are they just living in a time where lead paint was a thing?
That's a salient point.
A salient point.
When did this come out again?
2001. But, like,
Oh,
remember Vernon in
Vernon
in
was
Long
28.
Halloween?
I feel like people like.
Looks great for 31.
Yeah, well, people are looking younger, like more in the later years now. You know what I mean? Like I feel.
I just want to make sure that this was
You're in frame. It's recording. People look younger. People do look younger now than they did back
yeah,
then.
like remember that whole Cheers TikTok, and they're like in this
Yeah,
whole cast, they're that age,
right.
and I was like, what? Like if you look at a 35-year-old now, they look like they're 25.
Yeah, it's
you know?
crazy. Like the time of getting
I
away
look
with
45.
the time
Let's
of like
look like this since
look at like Grease. All those people in the movie were like 30.
yeah.
And they're all
Yeah.
playing 18. You can't get away with that now. I think Glee maybe was the last time you can get away with that.
Yeah, One Tree Hill.
One Tree
like,
Hill, but like
yeah.
even Stranger Things, like they have to end because the kids have gotten too old.
Oh,
right? You can't, like,
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's too it's.
They're not gonna notice.
They're not even gonna
That
know.
was the beauty of Spy Kids is they got all three of the Spy Kids.
They're outside right now.
Yeah. They got all.
Junie's outside right now. He's just
Wow.
He's waiting for people.
Is that Floop?
Is that Floop? Floopy's a madman. Helen, but
Guys,
say. He's just waiting for people to say Spy Kids. What was that?
I'm still married to Megan Trainor.
Oh fuck, he is.
Yeah, yeah.
All about that bass.
They found
I had a great career.
They found
It was
each
a
other
Tree
in
the
the
Spy Kids
Bellevue.
movie with Ricardo Montalban
I did a movie with Jeremy Piven.
and Antonio Banderas
And there it is.
And Machete.
and Machete. Oh, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Only when Danny have time to train home.
Train nice lady.
Nice lady.
Basically, what else what this issue is setting up is the initial,
The origin.
origin of him having a fight, battling Jack having a fight. We're battling, he has to go down, and then he doesn't go down, and that leads to Sable and Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, who was the other guy? There was Slade, Sable, and Sweeney.
Slade and Sweeney's the fixer. So
Sweeney's the fixer,
And
and,
Slade, yeah.
Sable's the guy who pulled the
Yeah,
trigger.
he's Slade. Sable is a fish.
And who's on first?
Sable is a fish.
Sable is a salted fish you can have on
And
a
then
bagel.
they threw it for a touchdown slam dunk.
Yeah, you're right. Let's not get ridiculous with names in the Daredevil comic book.
I like that Matt was wearing.
Directed by Patti Smith.
Sable, you have to get back your corneas. No. Oh, is that Patty Jenkins?
Patty Jenkins.
Shit.
Patty Smith.
I always do that.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Patty mayonnaise. I like that he's wearing red and yellow in this flashback too, Matt, in his little vest and tie at dinner. It's cute.
Oh yeah, and then he gets ketchup on the woman's
He
back.
squirted all over her back. Something
Yeah,
that's
offered
never
to buy for
happened
dinner.
ever.
Yeah,
And then he
Battling
was
Jack sure has a
$100.
lot of hundreds in his clip for the '80s struggling boxer in a nice fitted suit.
Do you think that's also a question? Do you think because this originally came out in the '60s? Do you think? I guess it's hard to say with Marvel. Do you think this is still the '60s? Do you think this is the '80s? Like,
I feel like it's 60s because look at what they're wearing.
yeah.
I would say '60s too because by the end,
Yeah, that's true.
Matt's like 45, 50.
Mhm. And in timeline comics is always so kind of anachronistic.
It really doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
This timeline in comic doesn't matter. I can't think of like the characters it matters. Like with Spider-Man and Peter Parker, it matters because his high school years are very different from his college years, and they're very different from his adult years. Batman, by the time he's Batman, past like year 2, it really doesn't matter because he's always just talking down.
I mean, think about Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson's been a character since 1940, so he's probably aged what? How old do you think he is now?
Oh, get over here, Joker!
It's evil! Evil! Every villain is lemons.
You know the theory that like Mermaid Man only says that when Patrick's around.
So is the theory that Mermaid Man
Patrick is evil.
Oh, interesting.
Because the first Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode, Mermaid Man doesn't say it. Second episode, Patrick is around and he starts saying evil. Third episode, he doesn't really say it. Fourth episode, he only says it once, and that's when Patrick.
It's my wallet.
It's not my wallet.
That was like Tracy Morgan and Patrick.
It's not my wallet, Loose Lemon. I'm gonna get this wallet pregnant, SpongeBob. I went to tennis.
I'm a volcano.
Want to see me do it again?
They're not gonna do a little SpongeBob.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. Basically, the sum total of what else happens is Jack is cornered in the ring, and his fixer comes over and he tells him, "You gotta go down." And he goes, "I'm not going down, even though I know my dad's not looking at me." Matt goes, "I can see him looking right at me." And then Foggy's like, "You're not really blind, are you?" He's like, "Who told you that, Brent Birnbaum?" And this...
It's only paraplegics I have issues with.
Charles Xavier, I beat you in a fight.
You uneducated pug.
Yeah, that's a great insult. That's the one thing his dad never wanted to be, an uneducated punk.
Uneducated punk.
Uneducated.
No, I said pug with a heart.
Did I punch? Did I say 5 N-words or 4? In the confusion.
I said 4. I got one more level.
I got one more in the chair.
I really shouldn't have blew my load in the first 5 pages of this book.
I'm gonna fuck this chair.
I'm cuckolding Jack Murdoch. Great this shot reminded me a lot of the... Obviously, I think it's also very much modeled after it, but the boxing match in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I love that.
We didn't really see the match. This is how I always envisioned the match to look like, which I always thought... The fact that they didn't show the match was very anti-Tarantino because there's nothing he loves more than painting a love letter to the 50s and 60s, and that Butch, whoever else he went up against to fight in the 50s and or even though it was like 90s, it very much was like you're hearing the boxing match over the radio, like they used to watch boxing.
Fuck you! It's the 90s, but they're thinking about the 50s.
And we'll play Steve Buscemi in a Bob Dylan costume. Fuck you.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna watch that.
Tarantino Beyond. Like, 2099 Tarantino. Okay, fuck you. First of all, Spider-Man is Miguel O'Hara, okay?
Okay.
I think
he's Spanish, okay, but he's also a dick. Okay, I can say
I've had the right amount of you today, okay? Fuck you.
Okay, and so he's fighting Crusher Creel here, okay, who will eventually become the Absorbing Man, okay?
Oh, that's right. Oh, I missed that. So, wow. No, I mean like Absorbing Man.
Fuck you.
And then like 4 Daredevil stories that I could think of that are like anything cool, but like I thought of Absorbing Man because I think it may be.
He's a Thor villain.
Oh, okay. So, because you and I don't know if you remember, we were talking on the Daredevil episode that like Absorbing Man, if they wanted to go into like the Disney aspect and start incorporating in the MCU, and he had to have a superpowered villain.
We did say that
would be a really cool one for them to do because he's like street level, but also like would have this really cool origin where like he could be on the same. He's almost like an opposite of the coin of Murdoch.
And they've never done him right. Like they used his powers in the Ang Lee Hulk, which was stupid and it wasn't even him. And then he was also on Agents of Shield.
So if you could get your water, get your zins. Wait till she sits back there. Oh, but I mean he's supposed to go down. He doesn't go down. And then he gives Matt his robe and says, "Take this." And Matt's like, "You're going to need this for the title fight." And there was also the other quote that's in this scene is when he goes down and he goes, "The sum of man is now he gets knocked down to the mat, but how he gets back up very much like body."
You're gonna bring me down. I get knocked down. Body up again. I take a whiskey drink. I take a lager drink. Hissing the night away.
What? That was my first.
Hissing the night away.
That was my first favorite
and then
quote.
it's just repeat.
I
did that in karaoke and didn't realize that it kept repeating the entire time.
I was wondering.
Okay, we can shut it off.
I was wondering why Daredevil's original name was Chumbawamba. The man without fear. Chumbawamba. He go. Maybe go with something that rolls off the tongue a little.
The man without eyes.
The Chumbawamba Devil.
I'd be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's chasing me down the street. He can't say it. He just keeps going, I'm Chumbawamba. I am not messing with that guy. The man
keeps
without
getting
fear or without things to lose. The last thing that his dad ever said to him was a man should know time, or a man should leave a party when it's roaring. That was the last thing his dad ever said to him.
Leave a party when it's roaring.
I gotta take a deuce.
When it's roaring.
That's the last thing.
And the last thing he ever said was leave a party when it's roaring. Matt, I really gotta shit.
And then Matt says,
Matt, I really gotta shit. Leave a party when it's roaring.
oh jeez, I really had to shit. I shit so bad I lost my eyesight. Then as his dad's walking home, he gets accosted by by Sweeney and by Slade, and that's when they end his life. And Matt smells the pistachios. He even like starts going after the sirens and has to pretend he's blind. And Foggy even like covers for him a little bit when he's down, because he jumps out the window to go make sure his dad is dying. But he says,
Make sure his dad is dying.
yeah, and to jump out the window. He jumps out in record time. Foggy's down there in like
This crushes me.
20 seconds after when he's just saying, I love you, Dad, did you hear?
And he wishes. Oh, God, that crushes me.
I love you, because he wished that he had said that to him and he didn't say I love you to his dad, because that would have been gay.
Yeah, is he wearing his tie there? His dad's tie that he likes to wear? I wonder how he got that.
Oh yeah, it is yellow and black.
I don't know. That's in the other ones he was saying that's his lucky colors and that's his tie, and he was wearing that at dinner.
Wow.
I don't
And
know.
then we get the trial where he's cleared, the killer, or the guy who set up the killing is cleared of all charges because there's just not a lot of evidence.
That was the quickest turnover in a courtroom I've ever seen.
It was before body cameras.
They're like, you know what? I like the sound of that. Concur. And
Well,
he's like,
curious.
wait, what?
Well, because
And DNA testing. There was no DNA testing. If this was happened today, they could just grab the pistachios.
Well, the judge was
Well,
clearly
no.
bought, and that's one thing I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
yes.
We'll get to that in issue 3, but like the Slade eventually says he's like, I'm not going to tell you who's about the Fixer. Who do you guys think's about the Fixer?
Fisk.
I think it has to be Fisk. Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
The Fixer and the
Because
Fisker.
because it would be retro.
the
Because
first-
I like that idea because he obviously didn't fight Fisk until '83 when Frank Miller took over the book. Fisk was a Spider-Man villain up until that point, but I love the idea of retroactively.
Was that Born Again?
It was right before Born Again. So Born Again was
And
'86.
did Fisk get Paige hooked on heroin?
No, I think Paige just got hooked on heroin because she's a bitch.
It was the 80s?
Yeah.
That too. She wasn't a product.
Yeah,
of
it's a
the
slippery slope, that
She's
age.
just a bitch.
She's
Tell
a
you what.
bitch.
Turn the page.
Yeah.
Can't handle her drugs.
Doesn't know how to party.
Can I see those red sunglasses? You guys are in X-Men shirts and I'm just a fucking nothing over here. I'm the purple man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your.
Oh
color.
yeah, actually that's cool.
Slater, Harrison, Lavender.
Purple women. Alright, here we go.
After
oh,
he's
wow.
that's
I
there's
can't see
there's no
anything.
difference between Matt Murdock and you right there.
Yeah, wow.
Then Matt, after his father's killer is convicted, Matt makes it a mission to be like, this is his falling into the cave of bats, posted along with parents being shot in the alley. This is his call to action moment. He goes to grad school, he gets his degree, he becomes professional, but also on the side it's when he starts putting together his Daredevil Yellow costume. But I love these framings too, because Tim Sale is such a great. I love when he decides what to pencil and what to paint, because like here you see this is all drawn out, but then there's like this looming shadow right behind him, of like a devil on his literal shoulder that's
I
right
like
behind
that.
him. And I might also be reading too much into it. Also at the beginning,
I like that.
he
I
did a
think that's
dedication
cool.
to prize fighters, and Stan Lee was the first one. Kind of looks a little bit like him right here, doesn't he?
Stan Lee does.
Doesn't
Wow.
he kind
Yeah.
of look a little bit like Stan? This, that's the
Oh,
pencil,
wow.
that's the paper, that's him building it up right there. I don't know. That's just that could be me
Well,
reading into things.
Yeah, also he's saying like I felt like my dad's hand was on my shoulder when he was like stitching it.
Right? Yeah.
That is like his shadow, but it does
Yeah.
look like someone's
And in the
behind
back,
him.
it's all the stuff from Jack Kirby that he's stealing.
Oh yeah, the books. He's like, yeah, it's Silver Surfer and
They go, I
Galactus were both
just
mine."
came from my noggin.
And then we get him putting on the red gloves, the all yellow leotard, and then this is just also. Does this look like a little bit like like bat ears.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I know they're devil horns, but they're reflective very differently. Like the devil horns are in the front, right? And then here, they're very much prolonged on the side, like the bat cowl would be, which is probably Tim Sale just having muscle memory while he's painting it. But like, this is just such a beautiful shot.
Oh, it's
this
gorgeous.
is so beautiful. This is like when I think. I guess this would have been the original design had they put Daredevil in yellow originally. Would have been Silver Age.
Silver Age, yeah.
So like this to me is like what Silver Age comics look like. Because I think Silver Age, I think Iron Fist,
Yeah.
and this very much is like that old kung fu, ketchup mustard, different color palette with the blue in the background. It's just very much like you could make a case for dark movies being moody, but this is how you make something dark and not dark and still visible.
Yeah.
Visually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. It's a really cool look, and it's just like I remember when I first saw it, because when I first started reading comic books, the Daredevil movie was already out, so I knew what Daredevil was supposed to look like, and so I remember when he popped up. The first time I saw him pop up in the Spider-Man story, they were going up against the Circus of Crime. It's a really shticky early Spider-Man story, and I thought Daredevil looked ridiculous in this outfit. Here it looks fucking cool.
Yeah,
it does look cool.
It looks like I'm gonna give you that D.
Yeah.
I also his
Nice.
villains don't know that he's blind, right?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
That's
except for Fist knows, because Fist knows his identity.
Yeah. Right. I just think that's such a cool thing that's not really discussed a lot. That like they don't know he's blind when they're fighting him. They just think they're like going against Marvel's Batman.
You have great reflexes for a blind man, Mr. Murdoch.
Then we dive into issue. All these issues have great titles, by the way.
Yeah,
just
they
great
do.
chapter names.
Yeah.
They're so great.
I wrote that down.
Love this artwork for issue 2 right
Absolutely.
here. This is beautiful. Very. At first, when I was scrolling down, I was like, "Ooh, this reminds me a lot of King Kong," and then I was like, oh, "Okay, that makes sense why it reminds me." Of King
Man,
Kong,
just the juxtaposition there.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. The Measure of a Man. Was this yours, Brent?
Mm-hmm.
Measure of a Man. So where do we get a Measure of a Man?
Yeah,
and
so
also, you can give me one of these when you want me to scroll accordingly to or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, I have like a quick summary, but yeah, no, I mean this is all just about vengeance. This is like, this is Matt. We understand why he's doing this. It's similar to in the Tazza movies why Peter Parker puts on the outfit for the first time. He's going after the burglar that killed Uncle Ben. This is why Matt Murdock's doing what he's doing, and he's calling himself Daredevil. He's wearing this outfit that's very shticky and very colorful, and he's wondering why people aren't taking him seriously. It's because he looks ridiculous,
Well,
and then we see that sequence right there. Well,
look at
yeah,
the form.
but he's beating the shit out of
Same
him.
colors as Iron Man. I'm just realizing.
Yeah, it is the same colors as Iron Man. Maybe that's why they switched it. Another reason they switched it to red, because Iron Man was so prolific back then.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, the acrobatics that he's doing here is amazing, because we've learned that, like,
breaking through the window, doing a flip, kicking down, knocking the glasses off of him so he's just as blind as you are, and then just dipping out.
Yeah, that is good form.
It's a bummer
Very
that
great.
we didn't really see this. I mean, they didn't have the budget to do this in the Netflix series, but like, we didn't really get to see the acrobatics of like Daredevil, like we saw.
I feel like we got more action sequences out of Bullseye, and the only time we got action sequences out of Daredevil was in a long shot hallway.
Yeah, totally.
Which is like really the coolest way to show him off to make it look practical,
Right.
like a fight scene like this. I get why they didn't do a lot of the cuts, but I would like to see like a Batman v Superman warehouse scene, but with Daredevil.
Yeah, well, I think Eric Olson even said when She-Hulk came out in the Daredevil episode, and he's doing these amazing acrobatics. Eric Olson's like, yeah, if we had Disney Plus budget, we could have done that too. But instead, we had to have a poorly lit hallway.
Yeah, just with flashing lights and an alarm.
And they're like, oh, well, it's an homage to Old Boy, so I guess that's all right. Yeah, so this is really just him just hunting down, trying to find out where the Fixer is, looking, and he tracks down Slade, he tracks down the Fixer, and the whole thing about the murder of Madeline Jack is they could never find the gun that obviously Slade used to kill him. All they could find is the pistachio nuts, and Matt knows the pistachio nuts, that's Slade's calling card. So he beats the shit out of Slade, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna get back to you. He goes, but first, he goes, I'm coming for the Fixer.
Yeah, and why do you think the reason being behind that because I'm thinking, why not go after the guy who ordered the Fixer being the manager?
Right.
I was thinking of the Trigger Man.
Yeah, that's why he leaves the Trigger Man, because at the end of the day, he is just the Trigger Man.
Yes.
Like, he
Yes.
still pulled the trigger. He goes, but I want the guy who made the call.
Yeah.
It's like in Game of Thrones, like, Oberyn Martell knows that the Mountain killed his sister and her kids.
But that's not who's having to do it.
That's not, Tywin's the one who gave the order. And that's why Oberyn dies, because he's pointing. He goes, I want you to admit that Tywin gave the order. He's pointing at Tywin before he dies. He goes, who gave you the order? Who gave you the order?
Yeah, I guess at that point you do shoot the messenger.
Yeah, because that's the only way. I mean, when you're stuck in a position like that, he was never going to get out of that arena.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, Matt did the right thing by chasing down the Fixer in this instance because he could corner the Rat into a position where the Rat couldn't get out in any corners, as opposed to Game of Thrones, where Orban tried to do that shit on the home turf of the Op, which
Right.
you never do.
Oh, yeah. No, never. Yeah.
This I love very much, and this I could see adapted into a Ben Affleck Daredevil type universe. I would love to see the Charlie Cox universe do something as cool as this.
The subway chase?
The subway chase was so great, man.
Yeah.
Where he's chasing down the Fixer.
That would suck, man. If you're like running for your life and then you end up killing yourself because you ran too
Yeah.
fast.
He was
Yeah,
much
see?
younger in the Netflix series when Battling Jack dies. So, in like Battle,
Oh, that's right.
he was
in
probably
the
like
first season.
12 or 13 when he dies, and then Stick kind of becomes like the surrogate father to him.
Yeah. What was the guy's name in Training Day? Jack. That was the character's name he played in Training Day.
Scott Glenn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Glenn, who he played in. He's like,
Is the guy from the White Lotus.
Yeah. So he's chasing him down in the subway station. He's chasing the Fixer. He finally catches the Fixer, and then what happens?
And this I'm pretty sure was from right out of the original comics. It certainly was in. There are kind of 3 times when they do the Daredevil origin story. There's like the original Stan Lee comics. There's a run in '83 when with Frank Miller when Matt's telling his origin story to Ben Urich, and there he like really kind of expands it. And this is again kind of paying homage to it, but because
None of them retconned though.
None of them
All
retconned.
of them
All
are
building on
essentially
one
the
another.
same thing, which I think
Exactly.
is so great about Daredevil because, like you said, when you were like, I don't know that much about Daredevil, I think that's what makes him such a cool character to pick up and read because you know the basics. You know he's blind. You know his other senses are heightened, and you know his superpower is he can tell when you're lying.
Right.
And that his dad died when he was a kid, and he saw it. That's all you really need to know about Daredevil, and I don't think that you need to have this continuous watching his parents die in the alley thing with him. And why it's so much fun to just pick up a book and be like, all right, I know enough about Daredevil, I could just sort of thumb through this.
Exactly.
And I didn't even, here's how little I know about Daredevil. I didn't even know that wasn't Matt Murdock in Civil War when we were reading.
That's not your fault. Mark Millar didn't even know it wasn't Matt Murdock when he was writing Civil. He wrote that as Matt Murdock, and then Matt Fraction came in after the fact. He was like, no, that's Danny Rand.
As evidenced by the biblical reference.
Right.
You know?
And so,
as if Danny Rand would pull that out of his
right.
ass.
And so Millar was like, all right, I guess it was Danny Rand.
Because he was trapped in the negative. Where was Daredevil? Where was Matt Murdock?
Matt. It was
In the time of Civil War.
At the time of Civil War, Matt Murdock was just being Matt Murdock because it had been leaked that he was Daredevil.
Right.
And so Danny Rand is like,
over.
I'll be Daredevil so you can alleviate suspicion.
Right. Like when Bruce gets caught being Batman and Alfred puts on the suit.
Right.
And gets on his thing across the
I'm the
street.
macaroni.
Harley Quinn is so great. We should do a Harley Quinn episode.
Oh, wow.
A full retrospective of the
Wow, what a great idea that
What a
is.
great idea. I think it's one of, you've never seen it, right?
No.
Harley Quinn actually voted for
Family
Bernie.
Guy.
That's in Kevin.
Family Guy, but in the Batman animated series universe.
It's so good.
That's the Harley Quinn show. It's a comedy.
Oh, really?
It's an animated cartoon.
I feel like you did tell me about this.
It's so
It's so
fucking
fun.
great.
The Two-Face Bane stuff.
The two where he's running for mayor?
Yeah, and when he goes, we're gonna start a partnership. He goes, it's gonna be called Two Faces. He goes, that's just your name. He goes, no. He goes, I have a face, you have a face,
That's
Two
two
Faces.
faces.
He goes, it's too much of a thinker. And then Batman goes, clearly he's calling the shots. He goes, if it was a real partnership, it'd be Three Faces.
Batman, Bane's voice actor in that show puts on such an incredible performance
So
every episode
funny.
where he outbanes himself. We should do that.
I would
The
love
true
it.
believers will let us know if they would.
Yeah,
love
do you guys wanna hear us
this,
do Harley Quinn?
episode. But that'd be, you would really enjoy
I'm
it.
down, yeah.
Kaylee
I like
Cookow is Harley Quinn, and Tony Hale is Professor Chaos.
Psycho.
Oh.
Psycho is Professor Psycho. JB Smoove is Harley Quinn's plant.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sold now.
Jason Alexander is their landlord, who
Holly
starts
the
off as the
Cobbler.
worst character.
Yeah.
But becomes
Rod
really great.
Funches is in it.
Rod Funches is King Shark.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm in. I like Harley Quinn.
It's funny. You mentioned Giancarlo as a great Lex Luthor a while ago. He's Lex Luthor
Giancarlo
on the show.
Esposito is Lex Luthor.
I forgot about that.
What?
Gus is Lex Luthor on
Yeah.
that show.
No, never mind. I was making a joke.
Anyway,
Yeah, sorry. You guys go.
I missed it. I missed the
No,
joke.
it's okay. It doesn't matter. We'll
I thought
put
you were
that.
going to double down and explain it.
No, I don't really care.
When you said John, did you say John Marco?
No.
Oh.
No.
That Lex Luthor wears shorts!
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
You laughed
do
at
the
the
rest of this
SpongeBob
in
character.
auto-tune.
That's what I said. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, bunch of hoopla!
After Matt chases him down in the subway,
He can, because Matt obviously can hear when people's lying
Heartbeats.
because of the heartbeats. He
has
knows
Madonna superpowers.
exactly. He knows that he's gonna die. And
Yeah,
he's
and he
just
does a really cool thing with the train, which
yeah.
I love.
He's like, he goes, no need to injure any innocents on this train. He goes, you lie there.
But he does pick him up and brings him to the cops, and he's
Mhm.
like, "This guy killed my dad. I'm gonna go back and find the guy who was the one."
Yeah, get Slade. Slade's there. He goes, get him to testify.
And then, final shot, right? Is here where he's.
Yeah.
This is what they said when I said I was gonna be a comedian. They weren't laughing anymore. Oh, not the final shot. Never mind.
I'm just ahead of the curve.
What's happening here between?
So this is them interviewing who's going to be the new secretary.
Oh, right.
And Foggy Nelson, we get the montage. He's exhausted, and then Karen walks in. He goes, "Wah wah wee wah,
Hubba hubba.
hubba
I'm
hubba."
gonna not marry that woman.
But also, there was like nothing leading up. There was no scenes between the two of them. I guess because it's from a mass point of view. But like, why would he have thought that he was gonna
Because
just marry
everyone thinks
Karen?
they're gonna fuck the secretary.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's also very
Especially in the 60s.
This is further evidence that this is really just a story about Matt's dad and not about Karen.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, very true. Because we don't, other than the owl stuff, we don't really have like a, exuberating scene
Right.
with Karen or anything.
I guess Purple Men too, but
Oh yeah, when he
Purple
woos her.
Man.
I'm trying to get my notebook for book 4 before I interrupt.
A New Hope.
Issue 3, stepping into the ring, Slater. What happens in issue 3?
Stepping into the ring. Well, they get their first clients, which is the Fantastic Four, which is hilarious.
Fantastic.
You got the best book in this,
I
in this series.
did.
She got the 2 best. I actually
Yeah.
think 6 is great too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 is great.
Yeah, well, you assign them out, Teach.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I do that on purpose.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
the choice a lot more fair
You
than
did
I am.
randomized numbers, and then I ended up with the lucky draw.
When it's a
this time.
6-issue series, I know what's going to be the best book.
It's like Infinity Gauntlet. I was like, let me aside. I'm gonna take the big battle, and
And that's why your ass got the Invincible scrappings you did.
Exactly. And Troy, you're gonna get the part where Thanos is farming.
Yeah, it worked. I also read every Dear Karen, like Dear Stan.
Oh, I know that you'll never read
Yo,
that,
we should
right?
be together too.
But somehow I'm finding the more I put down on paper, the closer I feel to you. Okay, yeah, so in this issue, freaking Big Ben, just coming in hot, breaking through walls.
I like that he calls them shysters. Which is-
Okay, which one of you shysters
That's
is
like-
Nelson and which one is Murdoch?
Yeah, it's like Yiddish for like it's almost like a thief or like a criminal. But I'm like, what are the odds that a Jewish guy isn't trusting lawyers?
Yeah, right? Doesn't he have his own?
Exactly.
They come with the family.
It's like Ben Grimm. Come on.
When you wish upon a Jew.
It's like I use my.
I can say that.
Yeah, so I like that they're like this new little team up lawyer firm, and the first clients they get are like the biggest freaking superheroes.
Already, Reed has used his powers cooler than he did the entire Fantastic Four movie.
I know. Look at him stretching. He doesn't even need to do
They
that.
nerfed Kamala Khan's powers just so he'd be stretched out once.
That's right, yeah. Because Kamala Khan's supposed to have like size-changing
Stretchy
powers, yeah.
And then instead they did it through, I don't even know where she gets her powers from, an amulet,
Yeah.
I want to say, in the MCU?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Or there was the thing. I didn't watch I didn't
right.
watch Miss Marvel.
Neither did I. I mean, I didn't watch, I actually didn't watch Miss Marvel. I saw that episode he was in Daredevil.
I did see that.
That was
Yes.
a good episode.
Yeah, that was a great episode. I love
That's
that
my
one.
favorite episode of that season.
That's a cool one.
Sorry, the art here very Kirby-esque in terms of a splash page. I just want to say, like, you have the whole FF here, plus you got Nelson, Murdoch, and Page up there. You got a little kid over here in the corner. Hey, over there's the Fantastic Four. You got
Yeah,
they're all using their powers. You know, like there's never a Kirby. They're what?
The powers.
They're never not using their powers in a Kirby splash page, and like they're all, Torch is torching. He's even like flown from this end of the book to that end of the book. Sue, I don't know what, not my favorite Sue design, but it works. It very much is
Scroll in.
Yeah, very much is
Scroll in.
is
Yeah,
a
scroll in.
2000 design.
I like her. She's smart.
She is smart. Eyes down here.
I love that Ben, instead of opening the window, just put his head through it.
It's like a dog.
I know. And Reed said that too. He's like, I just said to find him, you could use the front door. Let me stretch down to the front door.
Yeah, Reed was going to the front door, and
Yeah.
Ben just went, I see him up here, Stretcho. I got you for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Where are you shysters, and why are we using my cousins?
Muffin.
Well, then they say, bill us for the wall. So
Yeah.
they made right on there.
Because
on
you
the
not
wall.
only took out the window,
We're gonna
but
make the
window
Fantastic
and the wall.
The Fantastic Four are gonna build the
All
wall.
these bitches crawl.
Skeet, skeet, motherfucker.
Ah,
So what are they
skeet,
trying to
skeet,
retain
big
the Fantastic Four for? Or why is Fantastic Four trying to get them to be their lawyer? For Baxter building
Yeah, like
lease
some
issues?
permits for
Yeah.
building
Right.
shit. I don't know, something paperworky. Yeah, nothing like too dramatic. It was kind of pointless to be honest. And then whatever, they're just talking, nothing crazy there. And then Foggy's all excited, do-si doing. his
Immediately
soon-to-be
grab
wife.
Karen without her
Yeah.
consent.
Yeah, and the whole time I love this underlying thing throughout all the issues of him being like, call me Foggy, and she's still like Mr. Nelson and Mr. Murdoch, and then at the end.
At the end she finally
when they
does.
flip it, yeah,
When
and
she
then
gets
they
hot
call
fucked by
each other
Daredevil.
the Misters, and then they
Yeah.
rectified their friendship over her. But this little freaking harlot. Her heart skips. He hears it. They have a little moment internally.
This looks like
together.
Grace Kelly there.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, look at those pearls. And then later he's like taking off his outfit in the alleyway, which I thought was pretty funny because he was like a grown man taking off his clothes in an alley. I thought that was against the law. Like, everything else he's doing
You
is
thought
not.
correct, right?
And
Yeah.
he's a lawyer. Everything's so hypocritical and ironic with this dude. I love it.
He's
like,
gonna go to confession. He goes, "Forgive me, Father, I've sinned. I stripped."
I stripped for who?
I
no
stripped.
one. Yeah.
12 hell
The
pigeons.
streets, bitch. And then then they go to this pool hall bar situation, and
this is a
and
great
that
scene.
this is probably my favorite part in the whole series here, just because it's such a classic. Like, you're getting bullied or made fun of. I know you guys can relate to that, and like it's funny when you dose them with the same medicine. So he's like playing pool, obviously, and like just crushing it. Just a pool shark on the table, not seeing the holes, but making them all,
Great comic onomatopoeia, too.
What?
Thop, tack, tack,
Oh,
pock,
I know.
tack,
Throughout
pock.
all this, it was like MIF, like MIF. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell sound is that?
We love a good onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Cha-chink. Because you're reading and you go, that's the noise it makes.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, when he does the webs, it goes thwip.
Do you know about the villain that Kevin Smith created for DC Onomatopoeia?
No.
He's a cool looking villain. Every time he does something like an action, like he makes the sound. So if he shoots a gun, he says blam, and if he like cracks something, he says snap. And like
And if he pops something, it goes pop.
when he finds bubble wrap, pop, pop, pop. It looks really cool in comics, and Kevin Smith was always like, "You can't adapt that though in movies. It's gonna sound
They
ridiculous."
say, but look at
Yeah.
Spot, the dumbest villain ever that they adapted into
That's a
a
good
terrifying thing in Spider-Verse.
He was in that Cape Crusader show, and he actually was pretty cool in that.
Oh, onomatopoeia?
Mhm.
See, I gotta watch that. There's just for a
It's a
year
lot of
I've been
stuff,
sitting
yeah.
on a Batman show that I haven't seen yet, savoring it. I've been wanting to watch that and the Neil Patrick Harris Spider-Man show
From the early 2000s?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that show.
I heard that was
That's a great show.
Those two would be good watch ones.
There's that Michael Clark Duncan's in it. Is that
Yeah, because he was Fisk in the
Yeah.
Ben Affleck movie. Were those? I guess they were all supposed to share a universe back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I think, well,
Did you see the X-Men blooper where they're all driving in to go attack a villain, and then Spider-Man's one of them right behind him, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, wrong movie,"
Oh,
and
that's
he
funny.
runs out.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, I guess like in the 2000s, like it was either you had the movies, you had the novelization, or that was it. It'd
Yeah.
be like even in the first Raimi Spider-Man movie, might have been the second one where he calls somebody. I think it was the second one where he calls Doc Ock Doctor Strange, and he goes,
Yeah.
"That's good.
That's good.
Taken.
It's taken, yeah. Hoffman, get in here.
Just a wink. Those are the best.
Yeah, it's so good.
But yeah, so then he starts just regurgitating all the Helen Keller
All the
jokes
blind,
that they were starting to crack, and then he's
How did the parents
oh, yeah,
punish her?
You got one, I got 10 more.
Yeah.
Where that came from?
This is like
I think my favorite one is when he was like, how did Helen Keller's parents punish her?
Rearrange the furniture.
When
I was a kid, the punchline was they would stick a plunger in the
yeah.
toilet. That's how our parents punished.
This is such a great scene.
Ew.
It reminds me of there's this this comedian you might have heard of who once said to a heckler, "There's nothing you can say to me that I haven't said 6 inches from a mirror."
That's what this reminded you.
I just like it's the idea of you turn it on the bully. It's like
what you were saying. Like the best way to give it to him is give it back.
that heckler was saying to you. They're just like it's like you really think you can say anything to me that I haven't heard? That's what Matt's saying in this situation. Matt's like, I've heard it all before. You think I give a fuck what you're saying to me?
Yeah, you're a blind lawyer living in Manhattan.
Yeah.
You know, like you've heard all the lawyer jokes and you've heard all the blind jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're playing pool. You're going to expect people to crack wise on you. But this guy messed up. But he wasn't just cracking wise on Matt. He was trying to get one over on Matt. And that's why Matt pool sharked him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my favorite one right there. How the parents punished her. Washed her hands out with soap. Instead of her mouth, because she's sign languages.
Oh, I was thinking because she would write the thing in her interpreter's palm, but that's exactly
Yeah, because like, especially in the 60s, if you swore as a kid, they put a bar of soap in your mouth, so they washed your
I like how
so
Foggy
good.
sets him up in that one. He goes, "You know the problem with the Helen Keller jokes, Foggy?" He goes, "You've heard them all in Braille before." It's kind of like Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, that's very great.
Yeah.
And then this is when Karen
I hope to think that's something that we could do.
It is!
Just dress up
When
like
we
a blind...
talk to women...
Yeah, when we talk to women dressed as a blind man.
Yeah.
We also them twice. And this guy's not even Jewish.
You know the problem with Jewish...
gefilte fish?
With gefilte fish is Netanyahu's causing a genocide. He's going to get me killed.
Let's get out of here, Foggy. Give me my jacket back, Miss Page. I left it on the floor.
Oh, you like her too? Sharon is Karen. Lord. All right.
Nelson Murdoch and Swinger.
Slade.
And then Slade and the pistachio nuts come back into play. Fun. How do you pistachio, Slade?
Get cracking.
This is a great scene too. Like, I mean, how not only are these guys making Helen Keller jokes, they also decide to jump Matt Murdock.
Well, because they're like, you're not blind, you hustled us in pool because he was so good at it, which makes sense, and I would think the same thing.
He's
He'd
a great
probably
comeback,
also
though.
beat someone up in the alley.
He goes, "I am blind." He goes, "But I also did hustle you." He goes, "And I shouldn't feel bad about that."
I am blind, but now I see.
He goes, "I really don't like Helen Keller jokes."
Or people who tell them.
Yeah.
Or people who tell them exactly.
Yeah.
And then they have that moment like, is it even blind? And he goes, "Huh, you had to have missed that. you are blind."
Because he missed it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Came back and
And
hit
then
him
it
in
hits
the
him
head.
right in the back of the head. Very. They're Billy Canes, right? I guess this is just a pool cue snap.
Oh, you're right. That is what that is.
So that's just pure blind depth perception dexterity that Matt's using there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he is. He's thinking 5 steps ahead because he can't see. It's crazy.
You get that Dick Grayson acrobatic swing.
Yeah.
which
I know,
love.
man. He's always pointing
Very
at
That's
out.
great call out. He is very. That's the closest to Dick Grayson I've seen him as a Marvel character.
Yeah, in this book,
Yeah.
even at the beginning when he's swinging, he's got his
Great call out.
ass down and his legs up, both of his feet together, like face
down,
down, legs
ass
up.
up.
That's the way Daredevil fucks. I can't see. Let's go bowling. Help me, please.
That feels good.
Is that a pool cue? I don't really care.
Helen, get over here. And then it ends,
Like a cyclone.
Then he talks to Slade in the prison, and he's on death row, whatever. He's like, "You want me to say sorry? I'm not gonna."
Your father was a bum.
Your father
He was a bum rock.
Yeah,
And his fingers always smelled like a bum.
Hey, I always thought he was actually a pretty alright guy.
put the fingers in my ass.
Hey, Slade, I think you're gonna die, but maybe I can get you some some pesto. Sorry.
Too many syllables.
A little too many syllables. Pistachios.
Syllable Stallone. Oh,
that's great.
God. Yeah, and then he's like, I got kids, whatever, and we're like, we don't care about that, Slade. They probably
I thought that was well done, actually. That was like the first time. Like, again, you can still feel like you can still hate Slade, but still feel some humanity for like
the middleman.
Exactly. Like this guy was like clearly some person knows who Slade's kids are, and we believe it was Fisk.
Yeah.
I think knowing that's, I guess, the fifth thing that you would have to know about Daredevil is that Fisk is his number one op. Knowing that Fisk is always there looming in the clouds makes Daredevil's life so much more anxiety-ridden because we know this as a reader. It's probably Fisk that's doing all these finger-buttering things. But, like, to Matt, he has no idea.
Well, also, Matt to Fisk was just like a gnat. Fisk is like, I have a criminal empire to run, this Spider-Man guy keeps getting in my way. He goes, and then eventually Daredevil starts annoying him, but it's not really till Born Again when he's just like, he decides to ruin Matt's life, not because he hates him, but almost for fun.
Yeah.
He's just like, he goes, let me screw over Daredevil, and there's only after then Daredevil hits back in Born Again that he's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this guy over.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. Was it Human Target where he's always like he's like paranoid thinking about Batman trying to get on?
Yeah, that was
Human Target. Yeah, where he's worried Batman's gonna come crack the case on him.
Yeah.
You think that's what Slade's kind of like there?
Like, well, no, it's like Fisk looming is kind of that like presence of
oh, as in like we feel Fisk's presence without them ever actually saying his name. Yeah, that's a great call.
Yeah.
Whereas in Human Target, it was Christopher Chance who was feeling that. And now in here, it's us, the reader, feeling it.
Yeah.
Because Matt doesn't know who this boogeyman is.
He doesn't know, yeah.
Poor guy. And then it ends on Grace, the owl's wife, I suppose.
Or I think she's just like some woman she's blackmailing.
Forced wife. Should have got with freaking Foggy, man. He picked the wrong gal.
Yeah.
Slam.
So then slam goes the door, and the owl comes in, which I've heard that owls are actually not that smart.
I was wondering, on the intellect level, what are owls ranking?
They are stupid creatures. Like
owls are.
Owls are stupid creatures. Yes.
I don't know if we've discussed this.
It's like a Naked Gun. The dad's the owl.
There's a misnomer that owls are these smart creatures because they're associated with Athena, who's the goddess of wisdom. The owls are stupid.
They are stupid, and they just wear graduation caps to just disappoint us all and make us think the wrong thing.
And let's let them know when the center of a Tootsie Pop comes.
Yeah.
Is Athena the basket of weaving too?
What?
The goddess of weaving?
Maybe.
Who?
Athena?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
But you do know owls.
I know owls are dumb.
Well, also the owl being introed at the end of this, doesn't he kind of look like Beethoven or some shit?
He does look like Beethoven.
Like,
Beethoven?
Yeah, he's like,
Beethoven!
I'm about to drop a ballad on you.
Yeah, he looks like if Beethoven were played by Patton Oswalt and Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, he does. I believe in coming straight to the point.
I play music and I know things.
Listen to my notes.
And I was on King of Queens. We get issue 4. Never lead with your left. One of the things that he talks about in the first issue is how his father was a southpaw fighter. Southpaw meaning that he.
His father was a southpaw?
His father was a southpaw.
His mother was.
What did I just say?
The dog had 4 southpaws.
Hey T, what kind of boxing do you think she is?
It was gay southpaw? No.
What the? Where are we going, Paul?
You think he fought with his right hand?
Did you hear this, T? He was a southpaw. Never fought the north paw. I always wondered that I was pretty suspicious that Mr. and Mrs. Claus never had north paws of their own. Word to the wise, southpaws have been fucking themselves long before Adam and Eve, my friend.
Ollie.
Fucking southpaw, that one. His whole brain was spondulics. Never lead with the left, nod to the southpaw fighting, and Matt explains why southpaw fighters have a disadvantage when they fight with the left because most people are dominant with the right, and most people fight with the right. So when you change to the left, makes you have to sort of be on defensive a different way. Yeah, you have to blade your body differently, but also your whole left side of your body is open. So when you punch offensively, you have essentially no defense. Whereas if you're fighting, to the right where most people are right-handed, you can have that right hand up and left hand down. But if your left hand you have to change guards, and it's a lot of.
It's a mess.
Joe Rogan is going to explain this all. But when
Just eat some elk.
he just eats some elk, takes some ivermectin, and you won't be alive long enough to listen to next week's episode.
Liver King.
Oh, what's a prongo? When he's fighting Electro, and Electro's trying to rob the Baxter Building with some top secret papers from Reed Richards to maybe sell.
His con.
He doesn't even care about Daredevil here. He's just like, I'm just trying to do my job.
Yeah, and that's a good point where he's just trying to stop his client from getting fucked with so he could pay his nut.
Yeah.
You make my nut.
Wait, how'd my nut get to be so large?
I do love when Daredevil was very reflective when he's fighting Electro, and he says maybe it wasn't the radioactive isotope that took away my vision and heightened my senses. Maybe it was me trying to train and fight just like my dad. And it's again anchoring him back down to the themes of like him thinking of his dad. And Karen could be the conduit thought process that leads him to think of two very vulnerable positions that he puts himself in a position of blame for: the death of his father and the death of Karen. Which at this point we don't really. I guess if you're reading chronologically, you know how Karen died. But when you're reading Daredevil Yellow, you don't really know how Karen died. But you could see how Matt would blame himself for both of the deaths.
Right.
And
I don't see how his dad's death is his at all. I could see him saying like, well, he wanted to prove himself to me, but like,
so I
his
guess
dad's
he's not
death is
feeling
really not
guilty
on
about
him.
his dad's death. I guess he's feeling guilty that he never told his dad, "I love you" at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's torn about.
He might feel guilty over it though, even though it's not his fault. Like,
Right.
I mean, it's like
It wasn't Bruce's fault that he felt guilty.
For
over
sure. I mean, you talked about this on the Crow book, like how James O'Barr felt so much guilt over what happened.
Jeff
with
Loeb talking about his stuff.
Exactly. I mean, James O'Barr had nothing to do with his fiance's death, but he's still saying like, well, what if I had the car insurance?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great point.
Perfect.
Nelson and Murdoch fully have brought on the Owl as one of their clients, and while they're talking
Big
about
mistake.
bringing on the Owl, he stops Electro and he's more or less just talking about, like you said, Electro is a nothing for him. I also don't think Daredevil really has that many recognizable rogues outside of Fisk. So like, and him and Spider-Man cross paths so often that like his villains are my villains are your villains.
Daredevil really had one prior to Fisk, in Bullseye. Like, I mean,
Bullseye, right, yeah.
There's Stilt Man, there's Purple Man, and Purple Man we'll get to with your chapter is one of the most terrifying Marvel villains, but not when this was written. Like,
Yeah, I want to talk about Purple Man because you saying that is very different. Than how I
absolutely
interpret it.
horrifying villain that I'm very interested to talk about. Like,
Ooh,
because
okay.
we've done 55 episodes of the show. I don't think we've ever brought up Kilgrave, and Kilgrave is a scary motherfucker.
About that.
Scary.
So he pretty much just neutralizes Electro. Nothing of note really happens there. We get, I guess, the one kind of scene between Nelsie and Karen throughout this whole book. Maybe some other stuff had happened, but we don't really see it. And Matt pretty much goes, you want to go on a date? You know what blind people are great at? Bowling. Let's go bowling, Karen.
Bowling.
I wish they had shown Matt just bowling like grandma style.
Dude, right? They get the little slide thing that they give the kids.
He's got the bumpers.
even Nelsie
up.
calls him, I can't tell a strike from a gutter ball guy. And I'm like, that's, even for the...
Sorry, did I knock my thing out by my bed?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Give me a check one.
Check one.
Yeah, no, you're golden. Yeah, you didn't pull out the cocks. You're good.
You
So
don't
they go
want no
bowling.
part of this.
You don't want no part of this.
And they have a really great date, Matt and Karen.
And
Although I guess
Foggy.
and Foggy, who I guess they both thought it was their date. Oh, that makes this so much weirder.
Yeah, and she didn't think she was dating either of them.
Yeah.
No, because at the end she accepts a date from Daredevil, and then she's like, "Now I finally have a reason to let my hair
Karen
down."
was sharing a lot.
Karen was sharing.
She was doing a lot.
And then we get to Matt has a really good line after he scores his first strike here, where he says, "When
Well,
you're
he
young,
didn't
you think
even-
you're gonna live forever."
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a great line.
He didn't even strike it though. He just hit one.
No, he had one ball, but I mean that was just.
What do you think?
Who's this guy?
Yeah, the guy in the back with the arm.
No,
hair.
not Foggy. That guy.
He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can jerk off to them
He's
later.
not even looking at Karen. He's looking at Matt. Squeal for me.
Look
woman.
at those glutes and those
Oh.
blind accessible cheeks.
It's like out of Deliverance.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I like
yeah.
the way you squeal, boy.
Get in there, nice and deep.
Was
Nice and
Deliverance
deep
the
line.
one in Appalachia?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
With Ned Beatty.
Ooh. Forgot about how much.
That's what that Pulp Fiction scene is based off of.
Yeah, that one where they're in the pawn shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, did. Then, so I said that. Oh, after he goes the whole when you're young, you think you're gonna live forever. Then we get the guy who pulled the trigger on his dad being put to
Slade.
death, right? Slade. And
Oof.
Matt talks a lot about how Foggy and Karen both told him he shouldn't go, and he goes, I have to see this through to the end. It's the justice of my father, but he has a lot of regret about going to do this, and indicated by him repeating how much the smell was so horrible.
Ugh.
And he's blind, so his senses are heightened, and also he got hit by radioactive isotope, but he lost his eyesight, so radioactive powers on top of that. But then also the humanity of Matt as a Catholic, as a lawyer, and as a superhero.
Right.
Is very much engulfed here, where he's just his face, where he thought it was gonna be, excitement and sparks and enjoyment, and he goes, it wasn't.
And the juxtaposition there, the fact that he fought Electro earlier on, and he's like,
Yeah.
it was fun, it was exciting, I felt alive. He goes, the electricity here was nothing like that at all.
No,
It was
because
burning.
Electro's power is used to make him more powerful. The
Mhm.
electricity here is used to dim another man's light. And just this picture of the shadow, which is the thing being fried, so it should be the brightest, and then with Matt over here in the corner.
And Matt was on such a high when he beat Electro. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I was surrounded by the Rockettes. They're like, oh, you're so hot there.
They're like,
And he
I
admits,
wish my
he's like-
boyfriend could get muscles like that.
He's like, I liked it. He goes, I enjoyed it. He goes, and now with this electricity, he goes, this should be giving him joy, and it doesn't. He goes, it's not going to bring my dad back.
Yeah. What do you make of these fingers here in this shot? Or
I
in
think
this
it's
panel?
kind of, he wishes more than anything that he can just hold his father, like the way his father's holding him.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Stop it. You're Jewish.
We can't do
Objectively
this.
true.
It's forbidden.
And
This is stupid.
it's
Fuck.
so dumb. It
This
comes
is
out of
so-
nowhere
this
where
is
he's
so
just
dumb.
like talking to him. He's like, how was the day? Good job, good night. So anyway, yeah, Matt, I'm going to ask Karen to marry me.
You kind of had him sounding like Leno there for a bit.
Hey, so we had a good time. You had a good time out there. Now get ready for the headlines. Man, here's the headline out here from Hell's Kitchen. Daredevil lawyer got fucked in the ass twice by Satan. I'm going to ask Karen to marry me.
So stupid. He's like, we had a moment at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
And he got a ring too, which is even more aggressive. Like,
Without, like, any real...
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful, Morty. I'm going to ask her to marry me, and then she won't be able to testify me in court for all the sexual harassment, Morty.
I gave her a diamond, Morty.
I gave her a diamond. Oh, yeah, but you made her... It was cold first, Rick.
diamonds are forever.
We know we pulled it off. It's not forever, and now there's immunity for prosecution, you dumb bitch. Are you caught up with Rick and Morty? Did you watch it?
No. I'm gonna watch it all in like a binge once it's on Max.
It's all on YouTube. We watched them in Salt Lake City. And
Oh,
it
nice.
fucked with my brain. From the episode that we watched in
Love that
Seattle to the one that was up in Salt Lake.
I really want to see the Snyder
Oh,
one.
we could put that on the list after this. Then we get issue 5.
Issue 5.
You,
This is me.
That's you. So after he tells Matt, I'm gonna ask Karen to marry me. What happens?
So this is
In issue 5, Against the Ropes.
yeah, Against the Ropes. So this is they've decided to employ the owl as a as a client, which was a bad idea because his name was the owl.
The Owl. Any name that starts with a the, I'd say keep that guy out of a job.
You know, we actually got the owl in the MCU. Like
When?
he was in season 1 of Daredevil. The guy from Shawshank.
Was he the one that made? No.
He was the guy working for Fisk, the numbers guy.
Oh,
Leland Owlsley. That's the owl.
the one who Karen killed.
No, that was Wesley. This is the one that Fisk killed because we find out that like he made a move on Vanessa. He tried to kill Vanessa.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Damn. Daredevil. See, that's the thing about Daredevil writers, man. If you sit down to write a Daredevil book, you love that character.
Mm-hmm.
So he sits down, and they're being repped. Or I'm sorry, they're being fully repped by the Owl.
Yeah.
He's not a great guy.
Exactly. And Karen went missing because she was supposed to drop papers off with him, and obviously it was the building was a front, and she was kidnapped. And that scene before, if you just go back a panel, I love because it's very much like it's Matt utilizing his powers at their greatest. He goes to the tip of the Empire State Building. He's like, I need to find Karen. He goes, there's so much noise. How do I just focus? And he goes, it's very Superman-esque, but it's cooler when it's coming from a guy who's so human like Matt Murdock. and then he's just saying, "Speak my name."
Not to compare it to all the Batman, but it reminded me very much of like the Tokyo skyscraper scenes in The Dark Knight.
Sure, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, you see the Twin Towers back there too. That's cool.
That's
yeah.
and this is right after 9/11. By the
Yeah,
time
I
this
think
book-
Oh
on the
yeah!
cover-
Wow.
On
Like,
the cover
right
in the
after.
corner, they have the Twin Towers on on the top left there.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Wow!
Oh, yep.
Look at that!
Yep. Wow.
Wild.
Fucking detail.
It's so
man.
crazy that that's like the anchoring historical event of our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
And that it was also on the cusp of a millennium.
Yeah.
That's what they said. The cutoff for millennials and Gen Z are. If you don't remember 9/11, you're probably Gen Z.
And if
Probably
you do remember, you're
gay.
probably Al Qaeda.
Say my name.
Allahu Akbar.
And then
Just gonna cut that out.
That was fine. There's a this is actually funny at the top of mind. There's a curb sequence where Larry's talking to Richard Lewis, and Richard Lewis is like, "How could you screw me over?" He goes, "You're supposed to be my best friend." He goes, "Maybe if you were like one of Bin Laden's people." And Larry goes, "How do you say his name? Did you say Ben Laden?" He goes, "It's Bin Laden." He goes, "Ben Laden's like a Jewish name." And Richard Lewis says, he's like, he goes, "You're right." He goes, "It does sound like a guy that would make shirts on Fifth Avenue." He goes, "Hey, go to Ben Laden's. He's got the best collars."
50% off at Ben Laden's this weekend only.
Oh man, Young Whore.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
You can say
So Matt's listening, and he's trying to find out where she is, and eventually he hears her say, Mr. Murdoch will come looking for me. And you realize what the Owl's plan was. He realizes Matt Murdoch, being a blind lawyer, is going to be someone that elicits sympathy from a jury and is more likely to win cases. So he wants Matt Murdoch to be in his pocket. It's actually an interesting plan. Like,
I didn't even realize that that's what his entire plan was.
It was all about getting to Matt Murdoch, and he was like, and I'm going to hold her captive. And this sequence I love, because Grace is the one they met earlier. She's the one that kind of led Karen there, and Grace is freed. And Karen is begging with Grace because the Owl isn't there anymore. She's like, "Please let me go." And Grace is like, "No, the Owl's got shit on me. He's got dirt on me, and because I did what he asked of me, he's going to keep my secret." And Karen's like, "Are you kidding me? You're not going to free me?" And Grace goes, "One day you're going to have a big secret." He goes, "And someday you'll have a secret, and you'll see how much it's worth to you."
And that's what happens to Karen.
That's what happens in Born Again. And we know Karen gets a big secret. It's that Matt Murdoch is Daredevil. And what's it worth to her? One shot of heroin.
Yeah, that's the foreshadow.
Mhm.
And then in the next panel there, you see the little owl shadow.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah! Look at that!
Right? I also love that his, captive method is a bird cage. That's so epic.
Yeah, it couldn't have been more on the nose there,
Right?
Mr. Jackson.
I think being in a cage itself
I'm smart,
is
I'm an
scary.
owl.
Yeah, but in a hanging cage, I don't like that.
Played by Tracy
This-
Morgan. I'm
I-
Brian Fellows.
that owl's uppity.
I love this sequence, too, because I was wondering that, too. I was like, how did Matt, bend steel? And it's because Matt's able to feel where the weakness is in the steel using his super
The gloves
senses.
help.
The glove, yeah.
That's why if he touches Superman, he knows exactly where to bend in Man of Steel. Guys, I'm thinking out loud today, alright?
I love it.
Yeah!
Yeah! I love it! That sounded
I liked it!
real.
Hell, I loved it! I want to hear that joke again!
Rigatoni Carbone!
Rigatoni Carbone.
He's a new pasta hero.
When we were
this is
ordering pasta
Anti-pasta.
off Grubhub like 2 weeks ago, I was just doing Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh.
Rigatoni Carbone.
You ever hear Dan Soder's Macho Man?
Oh,
Oh, it's spot on.
Really?
Dan Soder does the
Oh.
greatest Randy Savage.
Dan Soder's kind of down here already. He's
Yeah, exactly.
got
I
it, yeah.
like him.
I love
Very
Dan
He's
Soder.
he's so good at voices.
Yeah, you wouldn't think. I don't know. He doesn't have a face for voices.
He does the great woke
Woke
or is
Chappelle?
it woke Chappelle, but also woke Rodney Dangerfield. Or it's like
Oh.
girl boss Rodney Dangerfield. Like, hey, you ever notice a guy who watch your story but can't text you back? So good.
That's great.
Oh.
And this is where we get Karen giving him the Man Without Fear moniker. She goes, "Oh, Daredevil, the Man Without Fear," and Daredevil's like, "Oh, I wish I thought of that. Let's find out."
It's amazing we haven't gotten any shit for calling that out yet. Because
Yeah,
we're
I'm
right.
sure.
Right.
But even she catches it. She goes, "How did you know my name?" And he goes, "That's easy, Karen. I've seen you in my dreams ever since I can remember." And she's like, "Please don't ever come back and save me."
I've been dreaming about you.
Want to go on a date?
Yeah.
Ever
Yeah.
since
That's the response. I've been dreaming about you. Color me wet. Want to go out? Meet me at the top of the highest building in New York City tomorrow if you want to feel safe.
Okay. Wet dream.
Go! The owl is stupid.
And then the owl makes his appearance, and
Raz Owl Al Ghul.
nice.
Beethoven here to get ya.
And this is a cool fight scene. Even the owl,
Very cool.
even though the owl's like a shticky villain, look at that. It's cool.
What's so crazy how sticky it was is like at a certain point I was like, oh yeah, I guess characters can fly in this universe.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how grounded Daredevil is.
That's how what?
Grounded Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he's got. I honestly don't know the intricacies of the owl's powers, but I think I'm sure it's.
Do you really have to? He's just
No.
a bad guy who can fly and has Beethoven eyebrows.
He's emblematic of the villains that Daredevil went up against early on, like the
Yeah.
owl, like the Stilt Man. That's actually a villain.
Like the
that
Dr.
Daredevil
Seuss.
went up against the Stilt Man, who had the ability to grow in height on stilts.
Wow, without ever having to go to Turkey.
Because he had stilts.
Yeah, stilts, this guy. His birth was stilted. 'Cause his mother smoked Newports in the third trimester. We'll be right back with Brent Permo.
Marble.
Hey, I'm Brent Glass, and welcome back to Secret Identity.
Secret Identity on stilts.
On the
Whoa!
in the next panel, the owl flies away.
He flies away after getting kicked in the chest and being called Tubby.
Mm-hmm. And this is a cool sequence too. As he's flying away, Matt's like, "You are a fucking coward again." We get the great acrobatics. He brings him into the water with him.
Grabs him by his talons.
By the talons, exactly. I definitely felt similarities to The Last Ronin in this sequence when Raphael is fighting, whatever her name is. Shredder's
granddaughter,
daughter. Yeah.
son, daughter,
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah. The one who looks like Electra.
Yes, Carmen Electra.
Electro. Yeah, wow, Daredevil really has an electric connection to
Boogie,
a lot
woogie,
of
woogie, woogie.
people.
It's kind of the scariest thing you can go into as a blind dude is like a body of water, I feel like. Because you can't see land near you.
Yeah.
Breathing and the sense of
Yeah,
touch
but-
is very heightened. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
But I
probably
mean-
got like sonar like a whale.
Oh yeah! Wow. Maybe
That's
it would work even better in the water.
Yeah, that's so true. Like a submarine.
Yeah.
Then
A less busy mind.
when I'm less busy, I mean less getting busy with my granddaughter.
And then she's like, and then she's so excited. She's like,
I'm going
yeah,
out with the
Daredevil
Matt."
swooped in. He went wham, bam, and Matt's like, hey,
That's pretty good.
Miff. Clack.
Hey, you guys should be jealous of this Daredevil guy.
Did he throw in a boom boom pop?
The way you talk about Daredevil, a regular guy like me wouldn't have a chance, a little southpaw.
That guy could definitely see.
and Foggy's crushed here.
Yeah, because you cuckolded too close to the engagement ring line.
Mhm.
And,
Even though they've never had any moments outside. Well,
they didn't even go to reach for the same pen and their pinkies touch.
exactly.
They
It's been
haven't touched
completely
anything.
platonic.
Yeah.
It's fiction. Completely
I
made
want to
up.
marry my sister.
You do still feel bad for Foggy here, because he's a good friend. He throws the.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's fine by the end.
He's fine by the end.
He
Yeah.
just
He
grabs
also
the-
steals Matt's girl in Born Again.
Oh.
Remember that? Like that Irish girl, like the photographer?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
so
Yeah.
maybe that was
Mr.
a
Steal Yo
little-
Girl.
Yeah. He's like, I'll get this one.
And that brings us to issue 6, The Final Bell.
The
The final bell.
Oh, that's loud.
Well, you know what? I'm glad I
A
got this.
superhero named Gob.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm glad you got this too. This is a great wrap up and also just a perfect I don't know if there's like a word for it where the hero's like soliloquizing and they're running down to go chase the next threat, but like that's sort of what he's doing here. He's like it's a go get him tiger moment.
Is he on every book Matt Hollingsworth? It feels like he is.
Of coloring?
Yeah.
Yeah. I a lot of Marvel stuff that we've read he's
Certainly,
been on.
yeah.
But also I was gonna point out the I don't know if she's highlighted here. Oh yeah, I guess it's a different letterer, but the lettering Comics Craft and Wes Abbott, maybe that's what the Comic Crafts is, but like the letterer here is the same for Craven and for Long Halloween.
Oh, interesting. And I think Matt Hollingsworth was on Craven too.
That would make sense. It probably makes sense. The Joe Quesada was also on.
Nancy Quesadilla.
Yeah, I was trying to think of because he has the same last name as a homie from Breaking Bad, Comey. Stephen
Oh,
Michael,
yeah.
Gomez.
Yeah, but like he was on another book that we read, not Man Without Fear, but it was on something totally.
Well, he was the editor for a while, and Sal gave us some very interesting insight on Quesada, like when he was the editor of Marvel. Like he's like the one that oversaw the whole Spider-Man marriage falling apart.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild.
Check out our last episode.
Yeah.
Well, I also, so is Joe related to Nancy? That's a weird last name.
I assume so, yeah.
Maybe they're married and they work together. That's cute. That's the story I'm going to believe. All right. So the last issue. Dear Karen, you still haven't written me back because you're dead. Morbid. I love this.
I just butt chugged a fifth of vodka.
Dare me to drive.
Dare me to fly. That's the owl. I love that she's reading the newspaper and that the reporter is Ben Urich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a reporter.
I'm a reporter.
I was like, did Troy give this to me on purpose? No, he didn't. But I love a good Ben Urich. He makes me happy.
I like earlier too when Matt's like, Daily Bugle, they don't like Spider-Man, so.
They don't really like that guy.
That was a funny.
They said Spider-Man's leading a migrant caravan.
Wow.
2017 reference.
Yeah, like. So she's picturing the fight, like freaking jerking off to this newspaper.
Flicking the beam.
Yeah, flicking the beam, doing all the things. And he's watching her do it, which is hilarious.
But not.
He's
Yeah,
like,
she's like,
what you reading
he's
about?
blind, he can't see.
Yeah,
He's just listening to her slap her on the old glove filled with petroleum jelly.
Well, it's also, yeah, jelly bean. But it's also funny how, like, throughout this entire thing, they're, you know, she's always like, oh, like, see you tomorrow, or see that, and then she'd be like, oh, sorry. And he's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he kind of wraps it together and is like, yeah, like, I can't see, but I see, I understand.
Yeah. It reminded me of the Daredevil Ben Affleck movie where, who played Electro? Was it?
Jennifer
Gardner.
Gardner.
She's like, are you blind? Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I always think about the scene in Deadpool now when they're like, oh yeah, and Daredevil's just like, nah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
Moving on. Yeah, that was great. I wonder how Ben felt about that.
He's like, I'm gonna marry J-Lo. No!
Yeah. Get back on that boat like it's 2002. Smack that booty on the sea. Anyway, good music video. You never saw it? That was probably really weird. Anyway, so yeah, she's talking about how great he is, blah, 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 and Foggy's just like pissed off because he's now gonna propose to no one throughout the flowers, and he's like, stop calling me Mr. Nelson! And finally has his
They call me Mr. Nelson!
He called him a Foggy.
he throws the phone. I think that's the most anger we've ever seen in Foggy. That's
I haven't been this angry since they gave me the nickname Foggy for Franklin.
since they took away the filet-o-fish. That was bullshit. And then Murdoch, he's going to the, why is he going to the jail now?
So it was basically, I guess this is before public defenders, so all criminals needed to have at least a lawyer assigned to them. I mean, that's part of the Miranda
and
rights.
they called him in.
So Kilgrave they were assigned to Kilgrave, and Kilgrave, or the Purple Man, has the ability to get anyone, can compel anyone to do what he wants.
Thank you, because this happened kind of quickly, and I didn't really pick up on all
Yeah,
the
he's
nuance
like
there.
fucking purple Teletubby out here
and
making
this
shots.
and he's very menacing looking here too, and Purple Man was always kind of a shticky Daredevil villain, and then Brian Michael Bendis came in and he wrote the Jessica Jones series Alias. And then so good. And what Alias is about, Slade, is he's introducing this character, Jessica Jones, who used to be a superhero named Jewel, until she meets this man, Kilgrave the Purple Man. And Purple Man gets to her and basically turns her into his slave. He's basically sex slave.
Yeah, he was doing that to Karen in this.
Exactly, and he does that to Jessica for an entire year, or I think it was a year, where she is his sex slave and also committing crimes on his behalf. And Jessica eventually breaks free and quits being a superhero, becomes a private eye, and that's essentially the plot of season 1 of Jessica Jones, which is now standing season of TV, where Kilgrave is.
I never watched it.
It's so freaking good.
Kristen Ritter
is unbelievable.
Jane, right?
Jane, yeah.
And the guy who plays Kilgrave in it is David Tennant.
Who's he?
He's you'd recognize him. He was Doctor Who. He was in the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
He's so terrifying in this show, and because what makes Kilgrave so terrifying, and they're going to get to this, is he's not after world domination. He doesn't have bigger dreams or ambitions. Kilgrave is pure id. It's anything that's hedonistic he wants.
He's like Envy.
He's like Envy. He's exactly like Envy, and that's what makes him so terrifying.
Yeah, I think anyone that uses mind control over other people is like one of the most sinister.
Right.
It's overlooked upon as like what you're really doing to that person. You know, you're subjugating them, taking away free will.
That's a big conversation because Jessica Jones is always saying it. She's always, you sexually assaulted me. He's like, no, I didn't.
Like,
you enjoyed it. And she goes, you forced me to enjoy it. He goes, this was out my consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Cosby type of dude.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I also just like controlling people with your aura is like so weird. Like that's like girls with astrology, you know
Baby
what I mean? Like it's like shut up, dude.
Yeah, you're a Capricorn,
You're-
so that means
you're
this
weird.
pussy is ready.
Yeah, like you're a fucking weirdo, man. He kind of looks like Prince there.
I never meant to cause you any sorrow.
Purple man.
Purple man, only want to see you.
It's funny because his
dancing.
first arch nemesis, Kilgrave, was Morris Day in the motherfucking time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit. He's like, this is what it sounds like when Karen dies. Ow, 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 ow.
Yo, where's Jerome?
Ow, ow, ow,
Dude,
ow. Somebody get me a
gonna
mirror.
call Jerome. Tell him to
Right,
come home.
you're a little bit black, man.
Yeah.
That's knowledge of ball.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. So he freaking Jedi mind tricks himself out of the jail, and then he turns the police onto Daredevil, and he's like, "Oh, you guys don't like me anymore? I was your favorite." And they're like, "Yeah, what's up? We want an autograph." So I guess like what I wonder. They don't really get into it, but I was intrigued by the Purple Man and like how his kind of mind control works, because it seems as soon as he's like out of like a fucking certain like range, then
Yeah.
it wears off.
You have to be in a
Okay.
certain radius. In this, I guess it's his essence. Like you have to be able to see him. In the show, Jessica Jones, it's a vocal tick. So if he tells you to do something, you're compelled to follow.
Okay, yeah, he got it. He
Like the
got
power
his
of
hinge
Christ.
settings on the 0.5 miles.
Exactly like the power of Christ.
The power of Christ compelled.
The whole plot of Jessica Jones is that he compelled her to murder someone who was Luke Cage's wife, and that's what got Jessica Jones to snap out of it.
Well, guess what? It's not that compelling. You get it. Oh God. Anywho, oh gosh, sorry. I had to get my posture
Is
right.
the monorail faster than Superman? You shit.
Sure.
Is Superman faster than the Flash?
You
Sure,
sure
sure.
bet he is.
Yes.
So yeah, then he's like, Karen, why don't we go to a hotel, get a bottle of champagne, slip into something more comfortable. So she starts getting naked, and then he's like, yeah, hold on, love, I'm just gonna get this room service.
Could we go back to that panel just up top where Daredevil's talking about the different foes he's fought? Dr. Doom, obviously the greatest.
Oh,
one of them.
yes,
Kingpin,
yes.
his arch nemesis, Bullseye. That's what we said before. He says Bullseye a second time.
Yeah.
So acknowledging Bullseye, the man who killed her, and yet for some reason Purple Man was worse because he didn't want revenge like Bullseye. He didn't want a criminal syndicate like Kingpin. He didn't want to take over the world like Doom. He just wanted Karen.
What makes it so hard to fight? Like, that's what Batman has such a hard time fighting Joker in the Dark Knight. And even the Joker says to him, "You have nothing to threaten me with. You can't do anything with any of this strength. I just lived it." And he was like, "I can't crack this guy." And Alfred has to be the one to tell him, "Hey, some dudes just want to see shit burned down."
But even
Yeah.
Joker, as insane as he is, you can almost understand because that is almost kind of like that archetype of villain, the insane villain that just wants chaos and destruction. Like
So you're saying that's the difference between him and Purple Man here?
Well,
Purple
Man's
knows.
almost like a new kind of because you have like the villains that just want chaos, like the Joker, like Carnage, and then you have the villains that want world domination, like Fisk or Doom or Doc Ock, and then you have this guy, and this guy is just
the Blue Dude.
yeah, he just like he wants something. He wants money. He wants sex. He just wants whatever.
That kind of sound too bad.
Whatever, yeah.
I was like, I like this
He
guy.
wants whatever comes to him, and he doesn't care about anyone's consent, and in a way that just makes him so much scarier.
Yeah, he's very egotistical, and I like also how all of his victims within the radius under his aura or whatever have a purple hue to them as well.
Yeah.
So you could kind of tell who's on
There's
his
no
side.
ends justify the means with Kilgrave. It's just the means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or the
he's
ends,
mean. Yeah, I also love how they're like, when does room service ever show up when you want them to? I'm like, wow, it was a problem back then. It's still a problem today. It's terrible. I got a bone to pick with those room service people. Anyway.
And he's kind of like Ock, too. Like, Ock's got these 4 strong metal arms. If you punch Ock in the face, it's going to knock him out. Kilgrave doesn't have any strength or powers.
Yeah.
You punch him like
It's
this.
just all
Yeah, look at
telepathy
him
manipulation.
bend to his freaking... Yeah, he looks like Elvis there a little bit.
He does kind of look at
Oh,
Mama.
Oh,
Mama, trapped us on this hotel room, Mama.
Mama, you've always wanted this. Karen, give
Peanut
me one
butter
of
and
those.
knuckle sandwich, Mama.
Beat me to it.
Yo, yeah. Just in the jailhouse rock. So yeah, he's getting his ass beat by Daredevil, rightfully so.
The devil.
But he's still trying.
Look
to
at that, when he tells her to jump out the
control
window.
her, yeah, and make her freaking jump off the roof. Like, what an a-hole. And he's like, be a good girl and go over there.
Don't jump.
Be a good girl. Rupert, show him a jump.
You sure? Yeah. Jump off the roof.
Yeah, I know, Skloopert.
Babe, I'm done with you.
Yeah, and then this is where Karen's like, are you always going to be there to save me? How about 8 o'clock tonight? Why don't we go hang out?
Karen, I can't.
Karen, I can't. Karen.
Karen!
Wake up,
Karen,
baby.
that's all we have.
Karen, that's all the eyesight I had, Karen.
Karen, I love you! And then this is where she's like, why don't you wear red? You're a devil, haha. And he's like, good idea, Karen. And she's like, it's my favorite color. So it's also...
I don't know what red is.
Yeah, exactly. He is
Really?
still blind. I'm like, I doubt he knows the difference
Yeah.
between yellow and red.
Well, he didn't go blind. He wasn't
That's
blind his
true.
whole life,
Yeah.
so he
Yeah.
probably has, remembrance of what red looks like.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. He
I
wasn't
don't know.
born blind. You're right.
Yeah. He was born dumb, though, I'll tell you what.
But how could he know what it looks like though now? Like if he's like
Well,
blind?
red doesn't change.
Red was much different in the 80s.
Right, because but he
The red that I knew
he
back in
designed the
day.
costume off his dad's uniform. How is he gonna know to pick out the red fabric? Like, is he gonna take?
That's true.
Is he gonna take
He needs some
five?
community service helpers.
Does.
Yeah, Brent, they need you there. Brent's just at Joanne's Fabric, stressed as hell.
That'd be
I
a
don't know
job
what
you could
color
show up
red.
to. You pay $5,000 to get them to help you do that.
I mean, because like, how does he tell someone to pick out a superhero costume? Is he calling Peter up?
That's what I liked about the Daredevil show was like, yeah, that guy who was making the suits for him.
Melvin Potter, yeah.
Melvin,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a cool
Who he brings up at the end of
He
this?
was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
So, yeah, he agrees to make it red. They agree to go on a date.
He stops
and-
Kilgrave.
Yeah, he stops Kilgrave, ties him up in a little tarp. Floop, pow, flip. Love it.
This is the
and
second
then
fluke
Foggy-
reference we've had today.
Yeah, right. And then Daredevil's like, take care of her, Foggy. She's 1 in a million, which I thought was ironic. After he just agreed going on a date with her, he gives her him a little confidence boost there.
Yeah.
I'm like, you dick. Anyway.
Grayson.
And he's like, Karen? Yeah, Grayson. And then she's in her red little coat coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And look,
Yellow
Foggy's
hair.
like, I'm gonna be the bigger man here, even though this woman has shown no interest in me.
Yeah,
You can have her.
Yeah, like they're fighting over property. They're like, you can
Yeah.
have Karen. I'm like, she doesn't want neither, you bitches.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
Foggy's became a lawyer to reinstitute prima nocta.
Karen, Karen. I like that he spells it out. That was good, Brent.
Thank you.
Troy's still rocking on it. I'm just trying to wrap this up here.
Sorry.
So then she's in a good mood because she's going on a date with Daredevil. So then she finally is like, hey, Matt. Hey, Foggy. And I'm like, really? That's what took you to not be calling them Mr. and Mr.? She had to
Just
get
a little
date
bit of dick
with
appointment.
a
hopefully.
vigilante, and now she's like, I shall call you nicknames now because I'm happy I'm gonna get laid. And then she's like, I'm gonna go paint the town red. And yeah, that's basically the end of her. And then,
And then we
the
cut back to
sweet,
him.
sweet thing to love letter of his dad. Basically, I love this full circle moment with the gym at the end, and he is talking about all the time he hasn't forgiven himself for Karen. He hasn't forgiven himself for his dad. And he is blind, but now he sees, and he accepts the responsibility, and then he kind of, pays homage to his dad by renaming the gym Battling Jacks in the yellow text there, which was sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that was a really it was overall like pretty depressing. A little bit of comedy thrown in there with Foggy and the marriage stuff and the bowling scene and the weird guy jerking off to them later in the background. But I like the ending, even though it wasn't necessarily a happy ending, 'cause it was kind of sad. But like.
It was the
It
right
was a
ending for a
nice-
hero.
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I think I like it better than Spidey Blue. If I
Interesting.
had to pick, yeah.
I would. agree in the sense that like I was reading Spidey Blue and I knew much of the story, and I read a lot of those annotated Spider-Man comics just because I want a closer look at Peter Parker. But after a while, you're like, how much closer can I really get to this character that I've read an abundant amount of pages about? And you always can, but Daredevil is so cool because he's just so underread, and he has a lot of hype around him. Where I finished reading this book and I was like, this is so fucking emotional. And I was just also like, okay, that's a hero having to stop and do some self-actualizing in order to go fighting for the greater good. And that's sort of what he does at the end. He's like, you know, it ends the same as it started. Him swinging through the streets of Manhattan, talking to and about his fallen loves. And it ends with him coming to a pinpoint and realizing where his feelings were on that. And just having to have that point so he can go back out and keep fighting.
Yeah, it's hard for me to pick. They're both outstanding. I think I would give the edge to Spidey Blue, just because I loved the device they did. How it felt very Archie, Betty Veronica meets Nightfall, basically.
Yeah.
The idea of him going up against all these different villains, and then Kraven is the one calling the shots. I think this is still outstanding. I mean, this is one of the best Daredevil books I've ever read. This is one of my favorite stories I've read in recent memories. But I think, and going back to what we said earlier, I think the framing device, it should have been a letter to his dad, maybe in talking about Karen there, rather than a letter to Karen. This is really a story about him and his dad.
Yeah.
I think that maybe they were using the love letter vibe to Karen as the catalyst behind his relationship with his dad. I think that probably was the motive. Like, that is the point. And they just kind of disguised it in this way.
It just felt a little...
I'm sorry. Digest? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I liked it. It felt a little... And I might be wrong. Maybe Spidey Blue came after this, but it felt a little derivative of the Gwen letters, and it just felt the Gwen tape recorder hit harder, and just like that scene at the end with MJ, when MJ's like, stay high to Gwen for me.
Well, I'm also, like... more familiar and closer to those characters than the ones in this. So it's weird that I gravitate towards this one more. I don't know why. Maybe because I just talked to my dad on the phone yesterday. So I'm feeling reminiscent of a father
and that story wasn't like
child's relationship.
Wouldn't that story have felt shoehorned in if he kept talking about Uncle Ben in that? That wasn't a story about Uncle Ben. That was a story about Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this feels like a little bit here. Karen is definitely an important part of this story, but the beating heart of this is battling Jack Murdock.
For sure. And I think that they did a really good job bringing it all together in the end. And I didn't know...
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
No
I tried
matter
so
how hard
hard
you try.
and got so far. But I really like this one. I want to read the Hulk Gray now.
Yeah, that's what we can put on our list. Just round
Is he
out
gray?
the list.
He's like gray in it?
Yeah.
That's gotta look
I mean, I
good.
think we got Supergirl next,
That's
right?
gonna look like how Matt Murdock would see it.
We got another. I think we have a Tom King one next, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's get some super gals in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know,
It's our
let's do
book.
Hulk.
It's our first, let's do Hulk.
So, second after Batgirl.
She-Hulk.
That's true.
Which none of you watched. So
That was a great episode and a great book.
What?
Batgirl.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
one.
yeah. That was good. Was that the first one I was on?
Like your third.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was an earlier one.
Yeah, that was good.
We were at Magoopies when that dropped.
We were at Magoopies when that dropped.
Magoopies.
Oh, also, we should do a couple shout-outs, because
Yes.
because we were just in Philly
Philadelphia.
for
Comedy Club shout out to our truest believer in Philadelphia, Xena Michael.
Absolute legend,
That's our
Xena.
homie. Thank you for taking care of us this
Thank
weekend.
you so much,
It was
Xena.
a great time. She came up to us before one of the shows Saturday, and Brent came down to do Philly with us Saturday. Slater and I did it Friday and Saturday. So Slater and I did the whole show Friday. We did 2 shows Friday. And then Brent came down, and then all 3 of us are sitting back there after we thought we were going to get Jack Ruby walking into the club.
That was wild.
And somebody was like taking pictures of us.
Taking pictures of
where
you.
those are.
I know.
Yeah,
I've been
they're
trying to
taking
find
pictures
They're
of
taking
you,
pictures of you, and we were in the
happen to be in
photos.
the background. We're gonna
You're-
sell them to the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, they hate Spider-Man. They really don't want him to be named Miles. And then Xena had come up to us and said she was a huge Secret Identity fan. So thank you for the love there, Xena.
Yeah.
And thank you for everything. There were so many true believers out there.
Yeah, not just Xena, but I mean, I wasn't in the Salt Lake City shows, but you guys met two absolute legends of the Secret Identity community
Yeah,
in
we
Salt Lake
sure
City.
did.
You met, obviously, the man who keeps me honest, my dude, Fred Skull.
He keeps me honest with him.
love Fred Skull, but also you guys met the keeper of the Secret Identity subreddit, Mr. Lincoln March.
Yes,
Yes,
we did.
and we know his real name, and we will not reveal it because he also has a secret identity.
He
so
does.
We got you.
Because it's Adolf Epstein.
We got
Can't go hiding with either of those.
He did come from an island.
Is it ideal? No!
Oh, is that the Harvey Epstein? That's legitimately one of the best SNL
It's
sketches
so
in a
good.
while.
Is it ideal? No!
That way you like it? Yes!
I think it's cool that he knows a lot of
Joe
famous
Bailey.
people. Everyone deserves a second chance. I'm still on my first chance.
Oh my god.
Did you, well, let me wrap this up. Yeah, so I've been watching the Osmo and Sharon. I'm not just Iron Man, I'm stammering man. But thank to all of our true believers for letting us. I feel like Daredevil Yellow is a good rinse of the mouth. After we spent all July talking about Superman versus FF, that was a good reset to get us into some books again. Some true to form to Formula Morning. And after next week. So we have Daredevil Yellow this week. Next week we have Supergirl Woman tomorrow, Tom King, right? But until then, I have been Troy Bond.
I've been Brett Birnbaum.
I've been Slade Harrison.
Slater!
I'm the purple woman!
I go walking in the, I'm the purple woman. I go walking in the.